Hello and welcome back to the FPL Tom deadline stream. Sorry I'm a little bit late. I was just finishing up my breakfast. I hope that's okay. Let me know if there's any audio issues. I was trying to sort that out before we came live as the microphone just wasn't connecting, which was a little bit weird. But we are live now. So I hope you guys are all doing good and fantastic. How big is this breakfast? All I had was a bagel, but it just took me ages, and then I had to brush my teeth because, you don't want to see me with dirty teeth or anything like that. That'd be a travesty, wouldn't it? That would be a travesty, wouldn't it? But yeah, keep your questions coming in, guys. I can see we've already had quite a few at the start of this stream. I'm already getting asked questions about Bowen as well. If you want my advice on that, I mean, the best thing that I'm going to say is I'm keeping Bowen. Hopefully he plays on Sunday, but it's a bit pie in the sky, isn't it? For me, I'm in a fortunate position where I have, what's the guy's name? Archer first sub on the bench. So I'm in quite a fortunate position that if Bowen doesn't play, I've got Cameron Archer versus Bournemouth. So I'm kind of reluctant to sell Bowen just because I feel like my bench could cover him. So that's the kind of way I'm feeling at the moment. If you are on TikTok as well, we are doing a dual stream. We're also live on YouTube, so if you want to come and check that out, that would be massively appreciated as well. As we are closing in on 2.5k subs over on YouTube. We're like ridiculously close, so if you want to come and help me out on there, do come and subscribe. I can read your questions just that little bit easier. If you're on YouTube as well and you're already subscribed, thank you very much for that. Do keep your questions coming in, like I said, guys. Like the stream as well, as it does push it out to more people, which is always great to see. We've had a question from Louise. He's asked, start Virgil, Branthwaite or Cash? Thanks for the early stream. I would probably go, who've Everton got this week? They've got United. Ooh, that's a difficult one. I think I'd go Cash out of all of those, to be honest. Obviously the Spurs kind of injuries and their kind of lackluster performance against Wolves would make me feel kind of confident going for that, so I think I'd do that. Salah or Haaland captain, that is difficult. Currently I'm sat on Salah just down to the fact in his past 6 appearances against Manchester City, he has scored, he's got an attacking return in his past 6. Wow, you sat in Santa's grotto. Thank you, Lauren. Cheers for that. How's your mouldy elbows? Who's someone good to bring in? Well, that depends what you need. That all depends what you need. Like I said on TikTok, if you are watching on there, the best thing that you can do is come over to the YouTube stream. The chat flow's a little bit easier, so I can read it just that bit better. Also, we're closing in on 2.5k subs, so if you want to come and help me out over there, that is what you'll be doing. Also, we are going to be reviewing teams a little bit later on in the stream. If you want to send me those at FPLTom_ on Twitter, leave it under my pinned tweet and we will review them live on the YouTube stream. So as always, get them in under that tweet and I will try and help you out the best that I can. Who's good defender-wise to bring in? Currently, I'm looking at some Chelsea defenders. I know the next 3 on paper don't seem that good, but I think longer term, they're really nice, easy holds. For the next 3 fixtures, probably a Palace defender. Gabriel is a questionable one. There's some strong fixtures in there, but quite rotation risk, especially with a lot of games coming up in December. I think as well for other defenders, you're probably looking one that's caught my eye, either Timothy Castagna. Some good rotating fixtures if you've got like other defenders like Cash and Gahey. Good fixtures already. And who else? Who else did I say? Who was the other one? Ethan Pinnock. Ethan Pinnock as well. I do think Zinchenko will start. Unless he picked up an injury over the international. And I haven't seen that. But yeah. Start Adingra or Porro. I'd go Adingra. There. Riley's captain, Eze, feeling good this week. You know what? Why not? Go for it. He's looked good since he's come back from injury. Michael Elise as well, back from injury. So we'll see how it goes. I am going to try and get rid of this sweet as fast as I can. It's just to help the throat wake up a little bit. Never thought I'd hear Castagna come out of your mouth so much. Wait till you see what I've done with my team. That's a good point. Let's move on to my team and see how it is looking. I will answer some of your more of your guys' questions throughout the stream. But let's take a look at what I've done so far with the team. We have made one transfer already. I thought Matoma was actually going to decrease in price last night. He didn't. So I think there's definitely some kind of transparency needed from kind of FPL around pricing. Because at the moment, it's just seems a bit wishy-washy. Like, you know, they just go one day, they go, well, today we're going to make this guy rise. Tomorrow we're going to make this guy fall. It's just pie in the sky, up in the air. Someone's just clicking a button and deciding, yeah, that's the price rises. That'll go. But yeah, it is what it is. Another question on Bowen. I don't know. Like, it's up in the air. I'm currently keeping him playing. But yeah, that is the team. Let's run through it. So if you are on TikTok and you want to come over to the YouTube stream right now, you can see my team for Game Week 13 on screen as well. So like I said, the best thing that you can do is come over to the YouTube stream. So in goal, we're going with Areola. I haven't really got a choice. Burnley away. You'd hope West Ham could keep a clean sheet, but here we go. It is West Ham. Then we've got Gabriel. I am a little bit concerned about him as well, potentially being a little bit of a rotation risk. Played quite a lot of minutes over the international break. Lots of fixtures coming up for Arsenal as well. Champions League. There's 8 game weeks in December as well, so pretty busy. Then we've got Gahey at Luton away. Hopefully he can keep a clean sheet. Diaby against Tottenham. I actually don't mind. I think he'll do quite well. Then we've got Son. Again, that game I can't really call. Then my first transfer is Palmer. Now, the reason I've gone for Palmer over Eze is I'm looking at my team and I'm thinking, okay, well, we've got some future transfers that we're going to have to make because we are sat on triple Villa at the moment. There are transfers that I am going to have to make. So if I went for Eze, in 3 game weeks' time, I'd be looking to get him back out. I've also got Mark Gahey that, you know, the Palace fixtures aren't even like kind of like rotating good. They're just really crap after the next 3. So, I'm already going to be in a position where I need to potentially make 3 transfers further down the line over the next few game weeks. Whereas if I brought in Palmer now, I know the fixtures don't look great. Favourite drop spot has got to be Lonely Lodge. But yeah, the fixtures don't look great for now on paper. But longer term, they are absolutely amazing. Cole Palmer's been putting up some really good data as well. So I'm very happy to bring him in. I don't know if he went up in price last night. Let's have a check. Let's have a quick check of that. He didn't go up in price last night. It said it was. So again, FPL Towers, absolutely lying. Trent or Cash to start? I'd start Cash. I think I'd start Cash. But yeah, it is what it is. Bowen still in the team. Yeah, it's hard to call. He got flagged down to 50%. But the Moyes comments were quite positive. He's got a really good injury record as well. I think he's only missed like a handful of games in his entire career of playing football. So, you know, if he is fit, he will play. But we do have Cameron Archer first sub on the bench. Then we've gone with Salah captain. Like I said, hasn't blanked in his last 6 Premier League games against Manchester City. So hopefully he can return. There's no one else kind of standing out to me personally that I feel like I would want to captain. Originally, before, you know, the injury news came out about Bowen, he was the player I was sat on for captain. But obviously this injury news, it's just not worth captaining him. It's just not worth it. So yeah, we've gone with Salah. Then we've got a front 2 of Haaland and Watkins. I think Watkins could do something against Spurs. Obviously, Villa got the double over Spurs last season as well. Watkins was involved in the goals as well. So, again, make of it what you will. And then on the bench, we've got Turner, Archer, Taylor, and Dawson. Obviously, Craig Dawson season. The worst thing I ever did was bringing in Craig Dawson. Honestly, the worst thing I ever did was bringing in that man. Yeah. But it is what it is. We've still got one transfer left to make. Now, my initial thoughts are Thiago Silva. I really like the fixtures coming up for Chelsea longer term. I don't mind the next 3 either. It's Newcastle, Brighton, which I think Chelsea could get a positive result against. Then it is United as well. Again, that game could go either way. Chelsea, in terms of data-wise as well, have looked really good over the past few weeks. So, yeah. It's whether or not I want to get my heart broken by Reece James again. That's all the question. Is Bowen and Cash likely to play? I think Cash is more likely to play than Bowen out of the 2. Nunes or Edouard? I'm struggling with Palace playing Luton. I would go Edouard, just down to the fact that Nunes did play international on Tuesday or Wednesday night. And they are the early kickoff, so that would be the way that I'd lean there. Keep Dawson on the bench, moral support. Should I buy Saka for Bowen? I think I'd keep Bowen. there. Give us a deal. What has happened in fantasy today for you? What? Give us a deal. What has to happen in fantasy today for you to go to Albert Schloss tonight? Craig Dawson scores. That's it, mate. Craig Dawson has to score. But yeah, it is what it is. Keep the questions flowing in, guys. Jesus or Nunes? I'd probably go Nunes. I know Jesus is back from injury, but I just don't fancy him. Especially after the comments you made about, like, oh, I'm not a goal scorer and stuff like this. Like, grow up. Come on. If you want your teams review, we'll do those in a little while. In about 15 minutes, we'll go and have a flash through them. All you've got to do is go over to my Twitter, at FPLTom_. Leave it under my pinned tweet, and we will be reviewing teams as always. Like I said, if you're on TikTok as well, the best thing that you could do is come over to the YouTube stream. We're closing in on 2.5k subs as well. And if we hit that tonight, who knows? We might do some mental stuff. Morning, Jamie. Josh AFC said, I also don't know if Jesus is going to start tonight. Yeah, I'm just in a little bit of a doubt mood there, to be honest. What do you guys think of the kind of light background we've gone for? You know, it's festive, you know. I found some lights at my parents, and we've gone for it. But yeah, let me know what you think of that. Or we're just going to bin it off. Let me know. Start Trent, Cash, or Archer? I mean, I think I'd probably go Archer, you know. You've got to back him. Bournemouth at home. Sheffield United probably a little bit rejuvenated after their win pre-international break, and with the positive news around Everton getting a points deduction. I think I'd go there. I think I would go there, to be honest. Keep your questions coming in, guys. We're going to be taking a look at some potential Matoma replacements / Bowen replacements as well. Jake in capital letters puts Archer. Yeah. It is what it is. And like I said, we will be reviewing your guys' teams in a little while at FPLTom_. Leave it under the tweet. Minus 16 to get Haaland out. Why are you taking a minus 16? He's going to be fine. You don't need to take a minus 16. Don't ever take a minus 16. Don't ever take a minus 16. Come on, lad. Right, let's take a look at some potential Bowen / Matoma replacements if you are thinking of potentially going down that route. So these are the kind of 5 players that have been in my kind of eye range that I would potentially be looking at if I was to take potentially Bowen or Matoma out of my team this week. We've got Eze. Obviously, the next 3 fixtures are great. They're playing both Luton and Bournemouth within the next 3. Since returning from injury as well, 1 goal, 1 assist, 1.28 XGI as well. 4% owned, pretty decent. 6.1% as well, 6.1 million, sorry. So nice cheap price for you. So quite easy to get into your team as well. Saka, personally for me, I've not been overly impressed with Saka's on-field performances and kind of his data. I know he's picked up 3 assists over the past 5 game weeks, but I can't get behind it. I can't get behind it at 8.7 million, to be honest. And Buemo is the next player. I think he's a very popular pick and for a very good reason. I think this week is a little bit of a difficult one, to be honest. Obviously, with Arsenal at home or away, is it? I think it's Arsenal at home. It's a difficult fixture, but the next few after that, very good. But does blank in game week 18, so make sure you have maybe a plan or preparation in for that. Maybe a free hit, or maybe you've got other players on the bench that potentially could cover him. As you can see, data-wise, has been absolutely smashing it over the past 5 game weeks as well. So definitely a player I'm looking to potentially bring in, but we've gone down the next route of Cole Palmer. Obviously, as you can see, let me turn that off. As you can see, we've got like really good data for Palmer there. XGI of 6.01. We've also got the fact that he's on penalties, 4 goals, 2 assists. Some really amazing fixtures coming up. I know the next 3 look quite difficult on paper. You know, Newcastle, Brighton and United on paper doesn't look good, but you've got to kind of take into kind of context the situation at the moment. Newcastle, quite a few injuries at the back. Big game for them in midweek with Champions League. So, big stuff coming up. Then Brighton as well. They're not the same team they were last season. They'll have just played a Europa League game as well. Again, another game that they need to go and win. And then you've also got the fact that United, they're a bit of a shambolic club at the moment, aren't they? They're a little bit of a shambolic club. And then, yeah, I just fancy them. And then Sterling's there as well as a potential other option. It is what it is. It is what it is. Tom, good luck in your head-to-head. I'm playing you, mate. I'm playing you, to be honest. That's the guess. Would I be correct in that? Katie's asked, who am I captaining? I am captaining Salah at the moment. It could change, but I don't think it will. I think we're going to stick with Salah. Thoughts on having Elise in your team? I think I'd just go Eze, to be honest, if I was to go for one of the two. But yeah. We've got some regulars popping up in the chat. Jokes, let's do. John David. Jeff as well. Jamie said he's looking at Sterling as well. What's making you go for Sterling over Palmer? Because for me, I took a look at this and just went, is it worth spending that extra bit of money? I didn't think so. Eze captain, a good or a bad idea? I think it's a good idea. It could pay off. Luton are one of the worst teams in the league. Second for XG conceded. So, Palace looking pretty fiery at the moment. The big boys are coming back. Eze and Elise. Lots of creativity on the pitch as well. So I think it's a good idea. The City game could go either way. Sam said the Venezia jacket goes hard. It is fire, isn't it? It is actually so incredible. Can't beat it. Can't beat it. We do love some interesting football jackets on this show. I purchased some more yesterday with it being Black Friday. I think we got what ones did we get? We got a Monaco one. And I think I got an Aston Villa training top one, but I'll probably just wear that the gym and stuff. But yeah, we got some fire jackets yesterday. Yeah, big L for you, lad, with triple captain Decore bags of brace. You better triple captain him now. You better triple captain him. Fair enough, Jamie. If you think he's got a higher ceiling, then go for it. I was honestly split between the two, and it came down to kind of price points and what Palmer allows me to do with the rest of the team. But if you think Sterling has that higher ceiling, then 100% go for it. Do I think Bowen will start? Honestly, I can't really tell, to be honest. I hope so, but it's one of them. I'm still playing him in my team just because I have Cameron Archer to cover on the bench if I need him to come on at any point with a positive fixture coming up as well. If you want to see your teams reviewed live on the stream, get them sent in at FPLTom_. Leave it under my pinned tweet as we will be reviewing those in about 9 or so minutes. Whoa. I've dropped him for 1 week and brought in Eze? What's this about? What the hell is this about? This is shambolic from you, lad. I thought you were all part of the Decore hype. I thought you... who's best to play, Nunez or Palmer? I would go with Palmer. I'd go with Palmer. I've sent my team on Twitter. Great. We will review those a little bit later on. Yeah, in about 8 or so minutes. So like I said, if you want your team reviewing, at FPLTom_, leave it under my pinned tweet and we will review quite a few of those a little bit later. Start on Nketiah or Lamina? Is that Lamina for Wolves? I think I'd go Nketiah, to be honest. I don't think Lamina's going to get any more than 2 points, to be honest. I don't know anyone who actually owns him. You're the first person, so congratulations for that. Right. We finished the suite, so my throat is pretty good. It's in a pretty good place. Yeah. Start Johnson or Areola, and Mbeumo or Palmer. Right, I would go Johnson in goal, and I think I'd go Palmer I think I would go Palmer out of the two. My Dawson season is over for now. Need to transfer him out. My defence is weak, and so many price rises it makes it harder for that 4.5 million defender. Who are you thinking of taking him out for, John? You know, I can't believe you're leaving me on my own with Craig on the bench, but let me know. Let me know who you're thinking of potentially going for. I made the Decore hype better lad than the Beto and Dawson trades. Nice. Almiron replacement. I have no money in the bank, so have 6.2 million. I'd probably say Palmer or Eze would be my top picks there for a potential replacement. If you have those, maybe Hwang. That could be another one if you've already got those. Yes, if you could send your team on the pin tweet, that would be great. Do you think Ferguson will play? Honestly, at this point, I'm just bored of Evan Ferguson. Like, he's too rotation risk. Like, I genuinely can't think what De Zerbi is going to do, to be honest. Bowen news, it's the same news as yesterday. Moyes said that, they're going to have to wait and see how he gets on, but he is in contention to potentially start. That's the quote. Let's actually get the quote up. I tweeted it out yesterday. I can see lots of you have sent me your teams, which is great stuff. If you want to send me your team, at FPLTom_ on Twitter. We hope Jared will be available tomorrow against Burnley, but we'll make a decision on that tomorrow. So, meaning today. So, there's going to be a late decision anyway. If we do get any early team news around Bowen from any reliable sources, I will let you know. But I don't think we are. Who am I captaining? I've gone currently with Salah as well. But yeah, it is what it is. We still have one transfer to make as well. And it is going to be a Craig Dawson replacement. It's who do we replace Craig for, realistically? And my heart is going, let's go Reece James. Let's go a bit spicy. Let's have a little bit of fun. And then my brain's going, right, just go Thiago Silva. Just go Thiago Silva. That's the way the brain is thinking. But we'll review teams and then we'll take a little bit of a dive into Thiago Silva because I want to make sure that he played like a lot of games last season and wasn't rotated and was actually out injured because I can't remember. So if there's any Chelsea fans in here, why did Thiago Silva only play 27 games last season? Was it down to injury or did he start to get rotated? Let me know. If it's only one free transfer, maybe 8 Nori. The only thing I'm going to say with 8 Nori is, yes, you get in the Wolves fixtures that you wanted. Look at those Christmas lights. You are getting the obviously the fixture that you wanted this week, but he's also on 4 yellow cards. So it is what it is. Jeff has said rotated. That is not what I wanted to hear. Don't do this. Who would you say then, Jeff, is the better option to go for? Colwell, James, or Silva? Ops on 2 Palace defenders starting and benching Tsimikas. Go for it. They've got Luton. You'd have to bank. You'd have to hope. Don't you put James. Don't tempt me with a good time, Murph. Don't you tempt me with a good time. Oh dear. It's gonna come down to the wire, isn't it? Thiago's been our best defender this season. Right, honestly, like, I'm going to struggle. And whichever way we go, we're going to be left with, like, Craig Dawson season, aren't we? Who to captain out of Bruno, Salah, Saka, or gamble on Haaland starts? To be honest, it's so up in the air, isn't it? It's so up in the air to captain this week. I've personally gone with Salah. He's got a really good record. I think Watkins is a potential shout. Bruno does have the best fixture out of everybody. But can you bank on, potentially, that happening? DKD opinions. We've got a soft spot for old Kelly Dunn and his old no thank yous. But, it is what it is. Who to captain? Son, Saka, Salah, Haaland, Watkins, Hwang Hee-chan. You're probably looking at somebody like... I think I'd be tempted with Watkins, I think I would be tempted. There's no kind of clear standouts this week. And I think this is where people could have massive rank gains or massive rank decreases, because that City-Liverpool game is going to be so much harder to predict. It's just one of those, isn't it? Do you think Nketiah will play? Arteta has said Jesus is available. I think Nketiah starts the game. I think he starts the game. That's my personal opinion. Reece James is more fun. He is a more fun option, but the question is, how rotated is Reece James going to be over that festive period? Because there's a lot of games coming up. Is Thiago Silva more likely to start more games over that period, or Reece James is my question. That's the question. Right, it is approaching half past. Let's go and take a look at some of your teams on Twitter. I can see that quite a few of you have already sent me in your teams as well, so great stuff. Thank you guys for that. Like I said, if you want to send me your teams, leave it under my pinned tweet at FPL Tom on Twitter. Go to the pinned tweet, leave your team under there, and yeah, I'll review it for you. Cheers for all the likes as well in the TikTok stream and on the YouTube stream as well. Like I said, if you do enjoy the content like you see on here, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. We're closing in on 2.5k. If we could do that today, it would be absolutely immense, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Who are you lads captaining? I've currently got it on Salah. I was originally going for Bowen as well, but I've changed my mind. Yeah, what about Colwell? It is an interesting one. Right, let's take a look at some of the teams that have been sent in. We've got Harry. He sent me his team. He's got 3.2 in the bank. No free transfers. Looking at Gordon to Mbeumo next week. Thoughts on this? Yeah. I don't think there's any problems with this. Obviously gone with the same captain. I think the issue you might have is potentially Darwin could be benched this week. You've obviously got that 3.2 million. But my only caveat to that is I think Gordon might play up front this week. And then looking at Newcastle's fixtures, I don't know if I'd be so sure to potentially take him out, you know. If I remember rightly, they've got some good fixtures coming up. They've got Man United next week, but then it's Everton, Tottenham, Fulham, Luton, Nottingham Forest. So it might be potentially worth holding him, or potentially maybe see how Son gets on today. That's all I'm going to say. Maybe see how Son gets on today, because he could potentially throw himself into there. Because Gordon's been a very solid asset, and there are some positive fixtures coming up over the festive period for Newcastle as well. So I would just say wait and see. See what happens with that one. But, you know, I think your team's in a very good place for this week. Who are we captaining? I have gone for Salah. DNA, he sent me his team or her team. We're not assuming genders. Don't lock me up. You know, we've got Areola, Pedporo, Mitchell, Gabriel, Diaby, Palmer, Son, Salah, Watkins, Archer, and Haaland. He's benched Bowen, which I do think is a very risky decision. It's one of those, isn't it? It's one of those. I think I'd play Bowen over Archer. Just down to the fact, I think I would play, honestly, I genuinely think I would play Bowen over Archer at the moment. Just because if Bowen's not going to play the game and he's not fit, then Archer just comes in straight away. So I think that's the way that I would go. That is my advice for people at the moment. Ethan/Jeff. 1 free transfer, 0 in the bank. He has got Areola, Cash, Gahey, Gabriel, Trippier, Adingra, Son, Salah, Kudos, Watkins, Haaland, Julian Alvarez on the bench. I don't actually think you need to make a transfer, to be honest, mate. I reckon you could save and take 2 into next week. It then allows you to have another week of Son, see how his performance is, because pre-international break, it was pretty dismal, wasn't it? It was pretty dismal. So I reckon just wait and see how he gets on over this international period, and then you can make your decision with 2 free transfers. Frees up a lot of money as well. Maybe Julian Alvarez comes out, I don't know. Maybe you want to take a look at other options. Then potentially could go Adingra to Palmer as well if you replace one of the other players. I just think wait and see. Roll that transfer. Where do I send my team? If you want to send it me on Twitter at FPLTom_, leave it under my pinned tweet and it will be reviewed live on the YouTube stream. So if like I said, if you want to send me your team, all good stuff. We've got Katie's team. She has got Areola, Kufal, Gahey, Pinnock. Yes, I'm all for that. Son, Salah, Eze captain, Bowen, Palmer, Haaland, and she's gone for Chris Wood as well. Yeah. you can get to say the famous line, I've got Wood as well, which is always great to see. Watkins on the bench is a bit of a blow, but, you know, if Bowen doesn't play, it is one of those. Oh, that is a doozy, to be honest. Watkins on the bench. I think I would play Watkins over Bowen, to be honest, Katie. That would be my advice there. I would play Watkins over Bowen. But the rest of the team is looking really good, really strong. I rate the Eze captain, I rate the Wood pick, and I rate the Ethan Pinnock pick longer term. Jamie, he sent me his team as well. He's got Areola, Cash, Trippier, Trent, Son captain, Bowen, Salah, Diaby, Saka, Darwin, Watkins. On the bench, Lascelles, Taylor, O'Shula? Yeah, probably butchered that one. But yeah, I think the team's looking pretty good, to be honest, Jamie. Son captain, I mean, I've not seen many people go that way, but if you've got a gut feeling that Son's going to do extremely well, you're in a very similar position to me where you've got, you know, your 3 Villa boys and a Spurs player, but it is what it is, isn't it? Yeah, I would, Katie. I'd swap Watkins for Bowen. That would be my personal advice, especially with kind of the uncertainty around Bowen at the moment. Do you think Salah over captain in Haaland? I mean, that's the way that I've gone at the moment. But it is what it is. Right, let's see. We've had a few more sent to me. Daniel sent me his team as well. He has got Areola, Gabriel, Anderson, Trippier, Bowen, Salah captain, Douglas Luiz, Joel Linton, Haaland, Watkins, and Darwin. Mikalenko on the bench, and Sanchez as well. I think the team's looking pretty decent, to be honest, mate. Joel Linton and Douglas Luiz are interesting picks, but it is what it is. That's the position you're in. Personally, I think there are a lot better options to go for from this, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah. Team's looking pretty decent, Daniel. Team is looking pretty decent. Right, let's make sure I've not missed anyone, because that's not something we want to do. You know, we don't want to do that, and we have. Here's John. His team, what's available right now? 2 free transfers, no money in the bank. Palace options, Eze, Anderson, Mitchell, balance of 0.1 in the bank, or Rice, Virgil, and Mitchell. Okay, so obviously you're going to take Craig Dawson out for probably Mitchell. So yeah, I think what I'd do with this is I would take Dawson out for Mitchell. And then that midfield is stacked, isn't it? Absolutely stacked. Are you confident in Martinelli? Because I don't think I would be. I personally don't think I would be. So maybe you could go to Mitchell and then maybe drop Martinelli down to someone, unless you feel super, super confident in him. But that's my advice. I think he's eaten a lot of budget for a player that's not putting in top quality performances, to be honest. We don't have any early team news yet, but we definitely will get some. There's a lot of really good kind of City FPL kind of team leaks guys out there, so we're definitely going to get some. But yeah, that would be my advice there. That's what I'd do. Right, let's head back to fantasy. Let's have a flick through the YouTube chat, as a lot has been going off. Jeez. Could move Caicedo to right back. Colwell is rotational with Cuckoo playing unbelievable at the moment. Sent my team. Yep, we saw your team. Start Alvarez or no? I can't remember your team off the top of my head, Jeff, to be honest. No, I think I'd leave him on the bench. Start Gordon or Archer? I think I'd start Anthony Gordon. Tom, my team have more issues than the patients in the mental hospital. And then he absolutely butchered typing that in as well. Let me know what your team's looking like, George. Let me know what you think of it. I think I would sell Martinelli, to be honest, John. I think there's a lot of like quality players out there at the moment that I think I'd rather have than Martinelli as well. That would be my personal opinion. Frees up a lot of budget as well. No worries, Jeff. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday as well. Josh, I could not see your team. It wasn't in the hiddens. It wasn't like kicking about anywhere. So I do apologise. Hopefully it just refreshes and comes through in a little while when we have another check of teams. If you want to send me your team at FPLTom_ on Twitter, leave it under there. And yeah, we will review a few more of those a little bit later. Like I said, if you're on TikTok, the best thing that you can do is come over to the YouTube stream. It's all kicking off here. It's great stuff. We've got a really good chat community as well, helping each other out. And if you want to subscribe to the channel as well, that would be massively appreciated by me. No Stenhouse Muir either today. Rude Mooined, 100%. Start a Dingra or Archer. I think I'd go a Dingra. I'm really not hot on Cameron Archer. The goals that he has scored this season have been like wonderbolts. That's all I'm gonna say. I sent it to the correct one. Let me have a look for you, Josh. Let me have a look for you, mate. We've got another one. Albie. We'll come back to Albie Camish. As you can see, Josh, it is not appearing. Oh, there it is. There it is, mate. I do apologise. There is some more here that I haven't done. Let's do some more of these. Bench is Areola, Palmer, Lascelles and Tsimikas. Also, captain could change before deadline. Ooh, Solanke. I like it. I like it a lot. Maybe a gamble on Solanke captain? Who knows? I think the team's looking really strong for this week, to be honest. Obviously, the double Arsenal. We'll see how that one goes. Away at Brentford. Always a difficult place to go, that as well. Is it the G-Tech Community Stadium it's called now? Am I going to Swindon? I'm not going to Swindon. Unfortunately not. I don't actually live in Mansfield anymore. We live in Leeds. And I'm off out in Liverpool tonight. So if you see me out in Liverpool, come say hello. Come and say hello. And then, or ask for my advice about FPL in the middle of like a dance floor or a nightclub. That'd be great. That'd be funny. But yeah, I think the team's looking really good, Josh, to be honest, mate. Jack sent me his team. Not sure if I should risk putting Livramento in or not. Who for? You've already got 2 Newcastle defenders in there, Jack, you mad bastard. Bruno captain as well. Palmer on the bench. Oh. No. I think I'll be playing Palmer. Probably over Doku. I don't think this game's going to suit Doku's style, to be honest. I've said that now. He's going to go get a hat-trick, isn't he? But yeah. I'd do that. Someone else sent me their team. Albie sent me his team, or her team. Leno, Trippier, Tsimikas, Cash, Gahey, Bowen captain. I'd take that captaincy right off Bowen. Saka, Doku, Salah, Watkins and Haaland are on his bench. Adoji, Brownhill and Obama. Yeah, I'd take the captaincy off Bowen, Archie. Put it around someone else who's actually going to potentially play. Obviously, you know, you've got your vice captain, but if Bowen comes off the bench for a 1-pointer, it's going to be a very stinky week indeed for you. So that is what I'd do there. That is the change that I would make. Got Areola or Leno, who to start. 3 orange flags and a red flag on my bench. Option is Cameron Archer. Cameron Archer's not a bad option to have off the bench, though, is he? Let's be real. He's quite a good option to have. Which defender are you going with? I'll go with you, depending on the funds. Risk James. Yeah, I'm either thinking James or Silva is where my head is at the moment. That is honestly where my head is at. And I don't really know which way to go about it, to be honest. It's a busy Christmas period coming up. Are one of them potentially going to be rotated? Probably. Or my other option is to potentially go for Pinnock. That's the other way I'm thinking at the moment. Josh's team every week has to be in the hidden feed. Of course it does. It wouldn't be a deadline stream if someone's team wasn't in the hidden stream. Will Haaland play? I think so. I think Haaland will play. Alvarez or Palmer? Can anybody help? Marco, I'd probably go with Palmer, to be honest. You're willingly going to Liverpool. Brave soul. Yeah, it's going to be a good night out. I've got quite a few friends there. From like when I went to uni and stuff. I didn't go uni there, but you know, just a lot of people. This week I made the transfer Bernardo Silva. That is a very interesting one, that Justin. Can I ask why? Why did you go Bernardo Silva? It's an interesting one. It is an interesting one. Right, okay, so that's how the team's looking this week. Cash or Dogie, that is difficult. I think I'd back the home team, and that defence for Spurs is looking pretty ropey, isn't it? I think I'd go Cash. He's got 28 points in the last 3 games. Fair enough, but I don't think that's going to continue. I don't think that's going to continue, mate. He's not a good long-term FPL option, in my opinion. But, you know, if you've got a vibe and you feel that's the way to go, then go for it. Enjoy yourself, Justin. I hope it works out positive for you, mate. I really do. Right, let's go and have a look at Thiago Silva for a quick second. Thiago Silva. Transfer market. I will load this back up for you guys, you know, but it is what it is. Detailed performances. Get out of the way. Right, let's load this up. Let's load this up. Okay, right. Let's get you guys so you guys can see this. This is Thiago Silva's record from last season. And as you can see, plays a lot of 90 minutes. A hell of a lot of 90 minutes. Not in the squad, worry. On the bench, worry. And then obviously had his ligament injury. Not in the squad, not in the squad. But when he is fit, it does look like he plays. And if he's on the bench, it doesn't look like he comes off, sorry. So this is last season where he played 27 games. The games that he's missed have been down to injury. And then when he is on the bench, he's just not coming on at all, which is quite good. That's what you want, really, because it means someone else is going to come into your team. Who to captain? I have gone with Salah, but each to their own. See, playing full 90s every single week here. Every single week. Oh, it's a tough one. It really is a tough one. But I am definitely think I'm leaning more towards Thiago Silva, to be honest. Who should I captain out of Haaland, Salah and Eze or Solanke? It's so difficult to say, isn't it? Obviously, Salah's got that positive record against City. Eze's got the great fixture. Solanke has the good fixture as well. Honestly, captaincy this week could go like in a million different directions. I can't give you like the best captain because I'm a little bit clueless myself. Like there's so many options out there and no one really kind of stands out. The players with the good fixtures aren't notoriously high scoring players either, so it is a big gamble to potentially go for one of those. What's my thoughts on Gordon? I actually really like Anthony Gordon. He was a player that I was potentially considering as well, so yeah. Play Palmer and Gordon, or Palmer and Son, or Gordon and Son. I think I would go, just down to the fact that he's got penalties, I think I'd go Palmer and Son. Van Dijk before Thiago? Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's where my brain's at. I don't trust Reece James in my team with how injury prone he is. Yeah, I've been burnt before. But I know he's got that massive upside, but I have been burnt before, so I am leaning more towards Thiago Silva. Someone else has asked about making Eze captain. I do think it's a good shout. He's been in really good form since coming back from injury and stuff. Can you review my team? I've just sent it. Yeah, we'll take a look at those in a minute. Yeah, Gabriel or Saliba? I think I'd probably go Saliba. Gabriel's played a lot of minutes over the international break. It would not surprise me if he was benched. Would not surprise me at all. I'm not putting any City pool defence. Fair enough. Someone played Diego Jota on FIFA at 11 PM last night. Doubt he's starting. I mean, how does somebody know this? How does someone know it was him? Not happy Palmer is on my bench, but I can't fit him in my team. If you think everyone else is going to outscore him, then it is what it is. Just back your decision, I guess. Back your decision making. If you think that's the right way to go, then go for it. Captain Haaland or Salah, like I've said to everyone else who's come in today's stream, like, it's so difficult to call which way to captain this week. Like, it's genuinely one of the most difficult weeks to pick a good captain. Gordon or Ward-Prowse? I think I'd still lean more towards Anthony Gordon. I know Ward-Prowse got like his mega haul before the international break, but I'm still not like overly convinced by his performances, to be honest. Gabriel or Cash? Oh, Jesus. I mean, Gabriel's got the fixture, but I do think he potentially could be rotated, especially a lot over the Christmas period. Cash this week, Tottenham. It's not great. I think I'd go Cash. Just. Like, it's a really difficult call. Odegaard or Paqueta? I'd probably be leaning more towards Paqueta, to be honest. I think I'd be leaning more towards Paqueta. Chris Wood on this round, maybe. You know what? Chris Wood looks a great option. Forest's fixtures are really, really good. Like, they are ridiculously good. And if I had, like, you know, a free transfer this week and I was a little bit bored and I fancied doing something a little bit spicy, I think I'd go for it. You're looking at Brighton, who've yet to keep a clean sheet. Everton, Fulham, Wolves, Tottenham and Bournemouth as kind of the next 6 fixtures. Pretty tasty. Pretty tasty for old Chrissy. I do like those. As fixtures. Guy's gamer tag was Diego GW13, unless it's an old screenshot. I mean, maybe, but... Maybe. I mean, anyone could call themselves Diego GW18 on PlayStation. Why is literally everyone at 75% or 50% at playing? Welcome to the international break. That's all I'm going to say. People get random injuries. It's every single time it's like this. This is why I always tell people, never wildcard into an international break. Never, ever play like a risky transfer before. Always try and take 2 to post-international break, because just random stuff just happens and it does my head in. But it's the way of the world. And, you know, at least you're prepared for it that way. Cash to Gahey. I feel a defender who's guaranteed for minutes and has good fixtures over the next 3 seems the move. I'll potentially move on him for James or Colwell in 15-16. I like that. I really, really like that as a strategy. That's a good strategy. I can get on board with that. Can you check Twitter? Yeah, we'll do it in like 5 minutes. So if you want to send me your teams, at FPLTom_ on Twitter, as we will be having another round of reviews. So yeah, I'll go check it in a little bit, Joel, like in 5 or so minutes. Would you take Bowen out or leave him in? I have left him in just because Cameron Archer can come off my bench to cover Bowen if needs be. Palmer or Mbuemo this round? I think I'd fancy Palmer this week and Mbuemo maybe more next week. Would you play Livramento, Simicast, or Lamptey this week? I would probably play Livramento but yeah. That TPS player has said, I'll donate £1,000 to charity if you captain Archer for this game week. The fact is, I would, but I don't believe you would do that. But yeah. Gahey or Mitchell or Anderson. I think all are great options. Personally for me, I don't think Anderson is justifying his price point, so I'd probably go Gahey or Mitchell. But yeah, thank you for the generous donation, like potential there, that TPS player. But I don't think you're going to do it. Trippier or Cash? I think I'd go with Trippier out of those two. Yeah, Alex, I'd go with Trippier. Son captain, it's not a bad shout. But The only caveat to that, against Wolves, he created, I think it was 0.12 expected goal involvement. Like, really missing James Maddison. For me, it's going to be a wait and see on him, how he performs this week, and see whether or not he is actually worth keeping in this team. Cash or Kufal, I think you've got to back that West Ham should keep a clean sheet this week, so I'll go Kufal. They should keep a clean sheet. Right, let's take a look at some of your guys' team on Twitter. We've had some more sent in to me. We've got Alex Naylor, he or she. We're not assuming genders on this channel, but more likely with it being an FPL channel, it's probably a guy. They've sent me their team. They've got Areola, Trippier, Saliba, Gahey, Diaby, Gross, Palmer, Son, Saka, Haaland, Watkins, Raul Jimenez on the bench. Nice. Vicario and Rico Henry as well. I think the team looks pretty good. Pascal Gross is an interesting pick, but it is what it is. You'll probably take him out next week anyway. But yeah, I think this team looks pretty good, Alex. Next team, I don't even know how to... Saif? We're going to go with Saif. Again, apologise if I've said your name wrong. If you want to send me your team at FPLTom_, leave it under my pinned tweet. And yeah, we will be reviewing those on. Yeah, Alex has said it's a guy. It's a guy. Yeah, I assumed so. I think it's like 99% of my subscribers are male, so it's always a strong bet to go with guy. But you know that 1% could be out there. And we don't want to, you can't misgender anyone, or otherwise you're getting a lot of hot water. So yeah. Let's move on to the next team. Areola, Cash, Mitchell, Gabriel, Saka, Odegaard, Eze, Bruno Fernandes, Son captain, Haaland, Watkins, Evan Ferguson on the bench. Again, though, it's such a risky thing because is he going to play or not? I think this team's set up fine. Obviously, Odegaard back from injury as well. Positive quotes from him around Arteta as well. So, yeah, I like this team. I rate it. Jolin and the GOAT. Who do I bench for Eze? He has got Trippier, Anderson, Saliba, Diaby, Gordon, Salah, Bowen, Watkins, Haaland, and Archer. Personally, I would probably pick between Gordon or Archer. But the fact that you're a Newcastle fan, I'd probably say go with Archer, to be honest. I know the other players' fixtures don't look great, but I still would fancy them to do extremely well. And if you're 100% like you feel confident that Bowen's not going to play, you could always drop Bowen for Eze. But for me personally, I'd probably go Archer or Gordon instead. That's the way that I would go. Joel, I know you sent me your team, but I can't seem to find it, mate. I'll have a look now, see if I can see it in here, but it's currently not coming up unless you're under like some different name, weird name, or unless you're in my hidden replies. No, I can't see a team if you have sent it to me, Joel. Cool. We'll have a quick check through some of those a little bit later. Will Bowen play? Any updates, sir? I haven't seen any updates so far. Obviously, we've got the quote from yesterday saying it's all dependent on how he trains today. It's just one of those. Is Shaw back for United? I've seen that he's got, obviously, the flag's been taken off him in the game. Whether or not he plays this week, we'll wait and see. But he potentially could be a really good option in... it was Joel Linton the GOAT. Sweet stuff, mate. Absolutely great. Glad we got there in the end. But yeah. Is it still worth having double Arsenal defence as Lascelles and Tsimikas on the bench? It's difficult, isn't it? If it was a home fixture, definitely. But with it being a away fixture, I'm not as convinced in Arsenal keeping a clean sheet. So I'd maybe go Lascelles. Always back Newcastle at home, to be honest. I was Joel on TikTok and Joel and the GOAT on Twitter. Nice. I am just going to turn off my radiator in my room because it is really hot. So like 1 second. It's like there. So it's not going to take long. There we go. Right. Radiator off. We're back. Sorry, how do I send my team again? If you want to send me on Twitter at FPLTom_, leave it there. That's the best thing that you can do. Or you can go into my bio on my TikTok. It'll take you to the YouTube. It'll take you to the stream. Then there's like a link there to the Twitter if you want to do that process and you can't find me just by searching. That's always a process that you can do. But yeah, it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. We're back. We're ready to answer some questions. There's an hour till the window shuts. And the window? Yeah, we'll call it a window. There's an hour till the deadline. And you know what? I'm still a little bit clueless who to potentially bring in for this week. I'm heavily leaning towards Thiago Silva. I'm heavily leaning for it. I think we do it. And we don't look back. Lascelles or Cash? I think I'd go Lascelles just. It's going to be a really pongy week, isn't it? Like all the top teams are kind of playing each other. It's going to be really difficult to kind of see which teams are the best ones to go for. But it is what it is. Right. I think we're going to make the change. We are going to do it. Create an account just for you. Oh, my man. We are going to review your team straight away. Jack. Is that your teammate? Stuck between Livramento and Shaw, and also Alvarez or Haaland captain. I'm guessing that's you. Onana, Trippier, Emerson, Shaw, Martinelli, Doku, Saka, Bruno Fernandes, Højlund, Julian Alvarez, Haaland. I think I'd leave the captaincy on Haaland, and I don't think I'd be bringing Livramento in. I think I'd keep Shaw and Trippier. That would be my advice there. If that is your team, Jack. You don't have like a name on TikTok for me to see. Where do I send my team? If you want to send it me at FPLTom_ on Twitter, leave it under my pinned tweet and we will be reviewing those on the YouTube stream. If you are enjoying the YouTube stream, make sure to hit that like button as well, as it does push it out to more people, which is always what we want to see on this channel as well. Pushes it out to more people. Gets us closer to that 2.5k subscribers as well, which is always good and something we always want to see. Colwell has decreased in price, and that is tempting. That's tempted me a bit. Just having a look at if there's any early team news. Oh. Okay. We'll take a look. Is Cash playing? I think he'll play. I do think he'll play. John said, let's go Thiago Silva. Let's do it together then, John. Let's go for it. Let's do it. Thiago Silva. In he comes. Oops. Hit him with the left, right. Boom. Let's make the transfer. Confirm transfer. Done. Pick team. In he comes. Bosh. There we go. So that's how we're looking now. Make sure you guys can see that. There we go. Thiago Silva's in. We've done it. We've made the transfer. We've brought in Thiago Silva. We're going to have some fun with the Chelsea boys. Let's see how that goes. Hi, what do you think about free hitting this week? I definitely think that is an option. Like I said, there's a lot of the bigger teams with difficult fixtures. But I think personally for me, I think I'd wait till 18, especially if my team's a little bit shambolic. You know, you've got Newcastle playing Luton. I don't have any Newcastle players. Brentford and City blank as well in that week. You could have some real fun in game week 18. Also, there's going to be some big blanks coming up as well. So, yeah. LA7 hat-trick, of course. Absolute masterclass for me. Inbound for old LA7. I honestly love watching him. I went to the Newport game last Saturday. That was great. There was a weird atmosphere at the ground, though. It kind of felt a little bit flat. Kind of felt when, like, City play 3 o'clocks and they're dominating the game. That's the vibe I got from that kind of performance. But it was great to be back. Not been a home game since August or September, but it was really good to be back. So, yeah, enjoyed. Solanke is captain. Your thoughts? I mean, it's risky, but again, captaincy-wise this week, there are so many different picks you could go for. So many. Yeah, I mean, I went to the Stockport game at home, and it was really good, but, like, I don't know if it's just because like I go. I thought I did your team already, but I'll have another look. But yeah, like I went to the Stockport game at home. That had a pretty good atmosphere. But yeah, that Newport one felt really flat. And then the away games that I've been to this year, the atmosphere has been cracking, like really, really good. So I don't know. Maybe they need to look at something to kind of change at home because it was just a bit flat and a bit awful. Yeah, it's not been like that for a while, to be honest. But a little bit concerning. Why did I captain Salah? He hasn't blanked against Manchester City in his past 6 games. That's the reason I've gone for Salah captain. There you go. There's my reasoning. Start Darwin or Archer. I would go for Darwin. I miss Morris double game week. So do I, mate. What a time to be alive that was. Good old Carlton Morris season. What a time to be alive. Let's have a look if we can see this guy's team. I haven't had any notifications come through unless you're Jack. Unless you're Jack. But yeah. Haven't had any notifications come through, Mr. Like emoji with 2 people. Please just get a name. It makes it so much easier when you have a name. But yeah, you're... this... I don't think this is you, but we'll review this one because I've not done this one either. Phoenix11 says, please rate my team. He has got Areola, Anderson, Cash, Trippier, Bowen, Saka, Eze, Son, Watkins, Haaland captain, Solanke. I really rate the Solanke captain. I think this team's looking pretty good, to be honest. Very strong for this week. Very big fan. If you're enjoying the content as well that you're seeing either on the YouTube or the TikTok, please do subscribe. Like I said, we're closing in on 2.5k. I think before we started this stream, we were about 55 people away from that, which, you know, if we could do that today, would be absolutely immense. So yeah, please do subscribe to the channel. It means the absolute world to me. We've been on a roller coaster of kind of emotions this year. We've gone from around 700 subs at the start of the year to like close to 2.5 by the end. Like, I love doing these streams as well. You guys know that. I booked some time off as well in December to kind of cover basically all the streams that I can. Won't be doing a Boxing Day deadline one as I'm away with my family, but the midweek ones, I've got you covered. I've booked some time off work just to do these streams for you guys. So, you know, I love doing them. You guys are like an amazing audience as well to have. So, yeah. Thank you very much. That was a bit emotional. Ben's asked, I have Turner, Areola, Taylor, Gabriel, Mitchell, Adoji, and Cash. Salah, Son, Adingra, Saka, and Bowen, Haaland, and Watkins, and Archer. What should I do? 2 free transfers and 0.3 in the bank. You're probably looking at potentially wanting to take Adoji out, just because the Spurs fixtures aren't quite there as well. Defensively as well. Probably not there as well. So I'd probably say this week just maybe take Adoji out. But if you wanted to keep him in, maybe take Turner out. Like, you know, I think your team's looking pretty strong. Obviously, next week you'll want to take Adingra out. This week you'll probably want to leave him in for the Forest game. So I reckon maybe take Adogi or Turner out. Get another playing goalkeeper or, you know, a defender with good longer-term fixtures. I think Ethan Pinnock could be a really good shout for you there. Has really good fixtures kind of coming up as well, longer term, really good data as well from a defender. So I think Ethan Pinnock potentially could be an option that you potentially could go for there. Leave him on the bench for this week, then take 2 into next week as well. Could be a really good thing to do. You took Lord Dawson out. Yeah, Craig Dawson season, it's officially over. We didn't have a good run, did we? We didn't have a good run. He's been replaced by Thiago Silva now, so I would say Thiago Silva season, but, you know, it's not quite the same. We just have to play a bit of Dave on repeat. Cash to Mitchell, I don't think I'd be like overly excited by that move. Any early team news? None so far, but I reckon we might get some City to early team news. But yeah. FPL MFZ has sent me his team or her team again. We're not going to assume genders. Matoma to Eze, and next week Bruno to Mbuemo. I rate that. I rate that as a pairing. I do rate that. Matoma to Eze, and then yeah, I'd do that. I think that's a really good move to go for, to be honest. No issues with that one, mate. No issues with that one. Right, let's take a look if we've got any early team news kind of flying about. See what's cracking. Doesn't look like we have any at the moment, but we will wait and see what happens. Let's take a look at some predicted points for this game week. Maybe you're a little bit unsure who to captain. Maybe this is going to be the final kind of swing for potential captaincy. As you can see, the predicted points are right down there at the moment, aren't they? Like, they're really, really down there. As we've seen from previous weeks, people have been like 7, 8. This week, the highest is 7.1 with Erling Haaland. Then it's Son with 6. Then Salah with 5.9. Saka with 5.5. Julian Alvarez with 5.2. And then you've got 3 players on 5. Foden, Fernandes and Watkins. And then Marcus Rashford on 4.9. So some definitely interesting reading there. If you do use the predicted points model, it is saying Haaland is going to be the highest predicted points for this week. So if you do use these models to your advantage, that's the way that you're feeling. I like using these models. I'm going to go with Haaland captain. But, you know, personally for me, I've gone with Salah. He's third on this list. Obviously, they're going to downgrade him just down to the fact that they are away at the Etihad. But it is one of those. You expect to start. Van Dijk is pocketing Haaland. Nice. Alvarez and Taylor to Solanke and Guehi for a -4 means that I can go Adingra to Mbeumo next week. Then I'd do that. I'd do that, mate. I would do that move. Bradley's asked 2 free transfers. Douglas Luiz and Son to Saka and Eze. Good move. I could just do DCL to Eze and save Son for next week. I think, personally, I'd just do the one move, then see how Son gets on this week. Because if he puts in a masterclass performance, you're not going to want to sell him. But if you are, then it's just one of those, isn't it? So I think make the one move, because there's no one kind of with real standout fixtures. As well, Saka's data has not been incredible over the past few, nor has his on-field performances. He's not blown people away. So I think that's the way that I would go. Should I replace Doku? I mean, I don't know why you would go for Doku in the first place, but probably would be my thing. Yeah, I tried to have a look, but it's just not come in unless it's in the hiddens. But yeah, unless it's in the hiddens, mate, I do apologise. Sarafaf? Again, mate, I am sorry. I've probably absolutely butchered that. Yes, I am still rating teams. I'm sat on your team right now, but I honestly... Sarafka? Oh, mate, I've absolutely butchered it. I do apologise. I do apologise, but I will review your team. What have you said? Should I start Alvarez or Sterling? I think I'd go Sterling. I think I'd start Sterling over Alvarez, to be honest. But the rest of the team is looking ridiculously strong. Sorry, I butchered your name. Tom, do you reckon Mansfield beat Manchester City next week? Of course. Of course we do. We've got Lucas Akins, mate. Lucas Akins. You love to see it. Gary McDivitt has sent me his team. Any advice or injury news on Cash, Bowen or Haaland? Matoma's out. We know that. Cash, Bowen and Haaland, I think, are more likely to start. Haaland and Cash, I think, will start. Bowen is a little bit risky. He's flagged at 50%. So Matoma would be the transfer that I would be making this week. I'd probably say Eze, Palmer. They're the kind of players that you want to potentially be looking at. I think you might be able to just about go up to... Yeah, you can go up to Sterling. And Mbeumo as well, probably one of the players that I would look to replace Matoma with. But yeah. Let's take a look at any questions we've got. John's just said, just reset my team with the changes. Thiago! We're going to have to start a season, aren't we? We're going to have to start a hype season for Thiago Silva. It's going to have to happen. It's going to have to happen. We are here for it. Who have I captained? I've gone with Salah captain. If you want to see my team and you're on the TikTok stream, come over to the YouTube chat. We do have a stream there. If you want to just click the bio, send you straight to the YouTube stream. Great stuff happening today as well. Someone says, got my balls stuck in a gingerbread house in 2006. How? How did that happen? I want to know. There has to be more context to that story, please. Oh, dear. Start Cash or Lascelles? I think I'd go Cash. Andrew Tate transferred in Kudos this week. Of course he did. Lots of alcohol on Christmas Eve. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Having Haaland, Son and Salah, would Son be the best captain this week? I mean, it's really difficult to say, isn't it? I think you just go with a gut feeling, to be honest. Are they still in that gingerbread house? Sorry, been working. Jake, don't work. Ugh. Do I play Darwin or bench him for Gordon? I think if we get any early team news, mate, I'll let you know. But I think I'd play Gordon. Kudos worth it? I don't think I'd be necessarily looking to bring him in. I wouldn't be gagging to bring him in, to be honest. I think there are better midfield options. But it is what it is. Yeah. I can't believe that guy got his balls stuck in a gingerbread house in 2008 or 2006. Oh dear. Yeah. If anyone else has got any cracking stories like that, get them in, because that's just made my day. That has made the stream a lot better as well. Any other gingerbread related stories, do get them in. Oh, what a cracker that was. What a cracker. Right. Darwin starts. There you go, Jake. Darwin starts. That is FPL Focals tweeted that. And the Anfield Talk as well has tweeted a gif of Darwin. So Darwin is starting. That's what's being said. That's what's being said here by FPL Focal. Whether or not you want to take that Anfield Talk, I don't know how reliable they are. Pretty big following, to be honest. So you would imagine they do have some positive news. So it is looking that way. Callum, do you know if the Anfield Talk is reliable? He's already there. What a guy. What a guy. Answer my question already. So Jake, if you're kicking around in the YouTube stream already, yeah, I trust these boys. I trust FPL Focal. So yeah, I'd start Darwin then. If you know, you got to back Liverpool, haven't you, lad? You've got to back Liverpool. Birthday weekend or week or whatever. Still deciding on Saka or Watkins captaincy. I think I'd be more leaning towards Watkins, but it is what it is. I would back Darwin if he's starting. Who's my captain? My captain is Salah. Yeah, go for it, Jake. Go for it. Whatever way you feel. Don't be pinning this on me later tonight when you're like, oh, Gordon got fined. Don't be coming for me like that later. You're answering me before you've read my question. Mate, I'm that good. I'm already in your head rent-free. Any City pool defence that may be worthy? I don't think so. I think there's going to be goals in that game. What did the press conferences tell us? The press conferences told us that Matoma is out. Bowen is kind of being monitored today, and then they'll make a decision. Might bench Salah. Don't, because you're going to get into the Wednesday stream. By the way, this is a nice little side plug to the Wednesday stream. If you don't come to those are great. Then, you know, you're going to have to sit there and explain again why you've got 32 points sat on your bench. You don't want that. You don't want that. George is captain in VVD. Look what you've done. Look what you've done. You've created a train now. Ah, lad. Right, let's have a look if we've got any other early team news kicking about. About 45 minutes till the deadline does come, guys. Make sure you're getting your teams locked in. Make sure you're making all your transfers as well. But looking at the news, it does look like Darwin is potentially going to start. Josh has said, I'm still stuck between Haaland or Salah captain. I think a lot of people are going to be that way. I honestly think you just go whichever way you feel the game could go, whichever way your gut's telling you. I think I'm going to stick with Salah. We've made the 2 transfers. We've got the Chelsea boys in. Newcastle away is going to be a tough fixture, but I fancy him. Longer term as well, some really good fixtures coming up for them. All right, we'll go for Saka. Want to enjoy the match live too, but Haaland will always haunt owners if he returns. 100%. 100% agree with that, John. But if you go into the game, like, man, that would be a great experience if Salah absolutely smashes it. Yeah, I think that is like one of the things that I do miss. Like, obviously not being a Premier League fan, like I don't really like. There's no real kind of like desire to go to a Premier League game and like captain someone. But if I was, I think it would make my decision a lot harder each week, to be honest. Transferred in Alvarez from West Ham. Okay, interesting. I get that, Josh. I get that. But, you know, if that's the way the team's looking, that's the way the team's looking, unfortunately, isn't it? Make sure to keep your comments coming in, guys, as well as we are approaching the deadline. Keep your likes, comments, all that good stuff as well. And like I said, we are closing in on 2.5k subscribers. So if you want to help me out and hit that one, then yeah, go for it. Any early team news? We do. Darwin is playing. Yeah. Oh, John meant on the telly. Well, you've had my pants down, haven't you there, John? Is it better to sell Lascelles or Cash? I would probably sell Cash. I'd sell Cash out of Lascelles and Cash, to be honest. Let's take a look at my predictions for this week. I will have a look at your team, Jake, in a minute. I have gone for a 2-1 win for City Liverpool. Again, I don't really know how to call that game. I think that's going to be extremely difficult. I've gone for a 3-1 win for West Ham over Burnley, 1-1 between Luton and Palace, a 3-1 win for Chelsea over Newcastle, 1-1 between Forest and Brighton, a 2-1 win for Bournemouth over Sheffield United, a 2-2 draw for Arsenal versus Brentford, 2-2 for Tottenham and Villa, 1-1 for United, and then Fulham Wolves. It has a 0-0 written all over it, ladies and gentlemen. All over it. Callum said, I'm going to be honest, mate. I normally watch Let's Talk FPL, but I want to see you. Oh, thanks, mate. Thank you. Well, if you do enjoy the content, be sure to follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. But yeah, thanks, mate. Hey, Tom, would you transfer in Darwin, Alvarez, or Solanke? I would be tempted to go with Solanke just for the next few fixtures because they do look really good. He is the key talisman as well for Bournemouth, which is great to see as well. So I think I'd go with him. Right, Jake has sent me his team. Let's go and take a look at that. Gordon in for anyone. He has got Areola, Cash, Gahey, Totti, Bruno, Kudo, Salah, Juan Hee-chan, Haaland, Edouard, Darwin. How do you get Gordon in there? I think that's fine, mate. I think you've just got to live with the fact that if Gordon does return, he is sat on your bench. But I don't think there's anyone that I would change there, to be honest. I really don't. Mate. I need to bench 2. Cash, Adoji, and Saliba, Shah, Tsimikas. Please suggest. I would probably go Adoji and Tsimikas would be the ones that I would bench there. I hope we're in dreamland like we were in the UCL. Fair enough. Sterling or Palmer captain? I mean, if you fancy Chelsea to get a result, go for it. But it's honestly one of those where captaincy this week is just going to be strange for a lot of people. Evan said, Longstaff and Lamptey with 0.5 million in the bank. Who should I get? I mean, you could go and get... I don't know how much Lamptey is these days. Jesus. That's a doozy, that one. That is a doozy. I don't think there's any good midfielders around 5 million either. How much is Lamptey? 4 million. Okay, so you should have 4.5. I mean, Nori ain't a bad shout. Timothy Castagna, they're potential shouts for this week. Yeah, I'm not going to read what you've just put, John, but go and enjoy that, mate. Go and enjoy that. But yeah, good luck this week as well, John. Any early kickoff leaks? Yes, we've had that Darwin is going to be playing this week. That's from FPL Focal and some Anfield account with like 300,000 followers. So apparently it's pretty reliable as well. But yeah, Saka or Bowen, I would be leaning more towards Saka. Start Bowen and have Archer first sub. That is the way that I'm leaning currently at the moment as well. Let's take a look if we've got any other early team news leaks. Slews has sent me his or her team. They've got Areola, Gabriel, Gahey, Lascelles, Salah, and Buemo, Salah, Son, Gordon, Watkins, Solanke, and Haaland. I rate that team. I don't think there's necessarily anything I'd change. I can't really see who's on the bench here, but I don't think there's anyone that I would potentially change in here. So yeah, very good team, mate. Right, what other stuff have we got kicking off? See if we've got any other early team news. We do not. No other early team news. But yeah, make sure you're getting your teams locked in ahead of the deadline, guys. Yeah. Keep your questions coming in. Did you get my updated team on X? I did not, unfortunately, John. I don't know where it like some reason. Sometimes yours shows. Sometimes it hides them in the hiddens. Yeah, I know who you've got in there, mate. You've got the mighty Thiago though. That's all that matters. You're joining the train yet again, and I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. You know when he bags later though, like I want to see like the ats on Twitter. I want to see like bah, bah, bah. I want to see some fist bumps. I'll definitely post like a move of like me dancing later, like woo, busting some sweet moves out if Thiago Silva bags himself a goal. Darwizzy, he's still showering on my bench. Just sent me our team. Who do you think I should transfer in? Mr. Nobody. Let's take a look, pal, shall we? It hasn't come through my notifications, so it's probably hidden away in the replies somewhere, as always. Unless it's in this one. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh, here we go. The guy who has the face or the hug emoji on TikTok. I've actually found your team as well. You've activated a free hit, haven't you? Anyway, this is someone's free hit. It has Areola, Gabriel, Trippier, Gahey, Palmer, Son, Saka, Salah captain, Haaland, Ferguson, Solanke. I think if I was to free hit this week, I think I'd want better fixtures in there. Like, there's definitely, like, I think you'd have to have a United player in there. Like, let's take a look at the fixtures. With a free hit, you're just targeting that one game week. Like, you know, you don't have to think. You got to look who's got the best fixtures. So I think you at least need Eze in there. I think you at least need either a Fulham or a Wolves player. Personally, and then a United player as well has to go in here, and a West Ham player, because they've got the best fixtures this week. That's what a free hit is all about, targeting those best fixtures for me personally. Cannon Fodder has sent me their team. Thank you for sending me yours. One free transfer, 1.2 million in the bank. He has got cash on the bench. Bowen, Diaby, Archer, Watkins. Okay, I think realistically you could roll into next week. You could take cash out, but he's got Bournemouth away next week, so you probably want to play him there. I think you could just roll. The team's looking really strong for this week. Everyone else's team is kind of looking very similar to this from everything that's been sent to me, everything that I've seen on social media. So I think your team is looking kind of very similar to everybody else's. So I think roll, take two into next week. Then you can kind of decide what you want to do with this triple Villa lineup, what you want to do with Son. Maybe you want to get Lascelles out. Maybe Bowen's confirmed fully injured as well. Obviously, you got Matoma on the bench. You could take him out. Maybe take him out for Palmer. That's an option as well. I've just seen Matoma's on there. Matoma for Palmer, or potentially for Mbuemo. Bench them, and then you have them for next week. That could be an option that you could potentially go for there, Cannon Fodder. Right, let's take a look at if I can find that other guy's team as well. What was his name? Mr. Nobody. Let's see if we can find your team, Mr. Nobody. It's probably hidden away in the hidden replies, but it is what it is. And if I can't, I do apologise. Because for some reason it... Hey, there we go. Mr. Nobody. 1.2 million in the bank, one free transfer. Let's take a look at his team. Obviously, I think probably like very similar to what I just said there with Matoma. Maybe you could get Mbuemo. Maybe go for Palmer this week as well, just in there. I think I would start Kieran Trippier over Digne, to be honest. That would be something that I'd do there, to be honest, Mr. Nobody. But yeah, for my free transfer, I'd probably take Matoma out. this week for a Palmer, for Mbeumo. Get yourself set up for next week as well. So that's what I'd suggest there, to be honest, Mr. Nobody. Let's take a look if we've got any other early team news. No. No, we don't. What's been going off in the chat while I've been gone? Oh, Thiago Silva. Oh, Thiago Silva. Absolutely loving it. We're getting the hype train started. Question, are you regretting not having Saka in your team? No, not really. Not really at all. Adogi or Cash insert? I think I would lean more towards Cash. Bench, Tsimikas, Porro or Lascelles? I probably would be benching Tsimikas. Start Palmer or Mbeumo? I think I would go for Palmer this week. Son is due an injury. Yeah, fair enough. Cash or Lascelles? Sorry if you said this earlier in the stream. I think I'd go Lascelles out of those two. Just with them being at home. But, you know, I'm a full Chelsea boy now. You know, I've got my 2 Chelsea players in here. I'm going to look pretty hard, you know. Yeah. Right, half an hour till the deadline. Do keep your questions flowing in, guys. Like I said as well, we are closing in on 2.5k subs. So if you want to help me out with that, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Oh, what are people's plans for the day as well? What are people up to? Where are we watching the games later today? Let me know. Let me know where you're planning on watching some games today. Are you going to any games? Let me know. Liam Ellis, he said Ferguson or Eze on a free hit. I would be going Eze on a free hit. Tsimikas or Lascelles, I would be going for Lascelles out of the two, to be honest. That would be my advice. Darwizzy or Ferguson, I would be going Darwizzy. Edward captain. Like, it is daft, but at the same time, like, realistically, like, why not? Like, there's no one else kind of really standing out. Palace have got all the creative players behind Edward back as well, Eze and Elise. So if you've got a gut feeling, go for it. Go for it, my friend. Go for it indeed. But yeah, do keep the questions flowing in, guys. Half an hour left. Like I said earlier in the stream, we are going to be trying to cover, I think it's 6 out of the 7 or 7 out of the 8 deadlines that are in December, which is absolutely mental. The only one I won't be covering is the Boxing Day one. So if you do want to see more deadline content, do subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. Like I said, I've booked some time off work to do the midweek ones as well. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. I can't wait. It's going to be really exciting to do some more streams for you guys. As I said, I do enjoy doing these. They are great. Start Bowen. I am currently starting Bowen. Mainly down to the fact that I've got Cameron Archer first sub. If it all goes kind of a bit tits up and Bowen doesn't play, but it is what it is. Jake said, did someone say Edward captain? Don't tempt me. Oh, lad. Oh, no. No. Stick with Salah. Come on. Thoughts on Eze captain? I don't think it's a bad shout. I genuinely, like, it's so hard to call who's the best captain for this week. There's no one kind of really standing out. And I think if you've got a gut feeling to potentially go elsewhere, maybe a Saka, maybe an Eze, maybe someone like that, then just go for it. Because calling the way that Liverpool City game is going to go is going to be ridiculously tough. I'm just sticking with Salah, but again, you could honestly go either way. Name a footballer for an edit. Have you ever heard of Lucas Akins? That would be the player that I'd recommend for an edit. Play Alvarez or Gabriel. I think I'd play Gabriel. Yeah, I'd play Gabriel there. Do keep your questions flowing in, guys. Johnny said, I'm captaining Bowen. I think Liverpool City 0-0, Lucas. If that's the way you're thinking, then potentially look elsewhere for a potential captaincy shout then. But yeah, keep your questions flowing in, guys. The 2 transfers that I've made for my team this week, we've done Palmer to Eze and we've done Craig Dawson to Thiago Silva. We're back in the Chelsea boys for the next few weeks as well. We're hot and heavy for them, especially with some really good fixtures coming up for them. If you have Kudos, I can't quite see what that says. If you have Kudos, he'd be perfect as a captain. Potentially. Bournemouth, Burnley, sorry. They're not good. Definitely you'd hope West Ham do well. Originally, I was going to go with Bowen captain this week, but obviously with the doubts and potential kind of risk of injury, it's just not worth it. So, yeah. Liverpool City defend... what is that? Liverpool City defo not 0-0 in my opinion. Fair enough. And Cuckoo in soon. Yeah, obviously there was some quotes about he's still just coming back, still rehabilitating as well. So it's going to be probably a little bit like of a longer time before he's starting to integrate. Lots of midweek kind of deadlines as well. Like I said, lots of games coming up in December. So he will probably slowly be integrated back into the team. Sorry, I think Nicholas Jackson is more eye-catching, to be honest. Just saying it. Good old Nicholas Jackson season. It could be back, baby. It could be back. He could be here to troll us yet again. Which, would be fun. It would be fun. Bruno said, any leaked team news? Yeah, we had Darwizzy is playing. Other than that, let's have a look. No, it doesn't look like anything else. Gameweek 13, FPL Focal is rolling the transfer. Haaland captain, what did you do? Interesting. Someone else has sent me their team, John. He's got 2 free transfers. Areola, Saliba, Lascelles, Mitchell, Diaby, Son captain, Bowen, Salah, Julian Alvarez, Haaland, Watkins. On his bench, Tsimikas, Taylor, and Chukwuemeka. And he's got 2 free transfers. Oof. I mean, if you didn't want to burn, I'd probably say maybe look for a Turner replacement. I don't know if you've got any money in the bank, but maybe that could be one of them. Luckily, you haven't got any like dodgy links up here, have you? That'd be funny. But yeah, maybe like a Turner replacement just so you don't burn a transfer. Other than that, like I don't think there'd be anybody like I'd be like gagging to remove this week, to be honest, or bring in out of this lot. So yeah, I mean maybe if you wanted to, Julian Alvarez to Chris Wood, have a little bit of fun there. But other than that, maybe just Turner for a other playing goalkeeper, just so you're not burning one transfer, sorry, and then take 2 into next week as well. Because then obviously we've got another week with Son. We can see how he gets on without Spurs as well, without Maddison, sorry. In case Bowen doesn't play, is a better first spot on the bench Alvarez or Tsimikas? I would go Alvarez. Brozier is going to save this Chelsea this week. Patrick said, Tom, good morning, fellow. Would you do cash to Saliba? Yeah, I think I would. Let's say if Nkunku starts in the upcoming weeks and performs well, who are you replacing with? Probably Watkins. Captain in Solanke, I don't even think it's the worst shout in the world, to be honest. All the players that are playing this week that have the good fixtures are players you don't expect to kind of get these high scores. And if it does work out for you, great, amazing, could be absolutely like killer, blow you out of the water. But if Haaland or Salah absolutely slap it, it's one of those, isn't it? It's really difficult to say. Same with Captain Edouard. Again, the fixtures there. The team around him at the moment is looking really strong as well with Eze and Elise back. But this is the key question. Do you think Salah or Haaland score? Because if they do, they're going to decimate your rank. Just the way it is. Start Adoji or Tsimikas? I would probably go Adoji. Start Palmer or Solanke? I would 100% be going Solanke there. But yeah, keep your questions coming in, guys. We've got about 20 minutes till the deadline as well for the Game Week 13 deadline. If you do enjoy any of the content that you see, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Like I said, we're closing in on 2.5k subs. Would be absolutely amazing if you could help me reach that goal as well. But yeah, do keep your questions flowing in, guys. Massively appreciate all the support we've had so far in today's stream as well. Hopefully I'm helping you make better transfer decisions, helping you climb up your mini leagues as well, because that's what FPL is all about. Winning the mini leagues, getting one over on your mates is what it is. Force on James Ward-Prowse. Personally, I'm not a big fan, just because he's been playing in a more deeper position over the past few weeks. I know he had that mega haul against Brentford, was it? But yeah, I'm still not 100% like a fan. I wouldn't be looking to bring him in if that's the question you're asking. Right, let's take a look if we've got any other early team news kicking about. Let's have a look. Well, I mean, this isn't. Yeah. No early team news. No other early team news. Hopefully we get some. George really wants the skincare routine. There isn't one, George, I'm afraid, mate. My skin is not that good either. I just wash my face in the mornings. Blackjack, welcome back to the stream. I'm still thinking whether to captain Eze or not. Katie, if you've got a gut feeling, go for it. That's going to be my advice. If you've got a gut feeling, just go for it. Is it normal for FPL to be really tight this year? No, I think it's down to the fact that the good players didn't have a great start. The kind of lesser players have got a little bit lucky with like kind of the bandwagon picks. You're thinking people like Doku, Douglas Luiz, these players that typically don't do well, but like the bandwagoners have kind of picked up on them, got their points. There was a lad in my mini league who started exceptionally well. Like he got up to like 20k because he just made the right picks for a couple of weeks. Now he's back down to like 300,000. Like had a really like tough few weeks. I think he's had a few difficult weeks as well. So yeah, but yeah, you know. It always is kind of tight. It starts to separate over this next period where people start to miss deadlines as well. Blackjack said 9:40 p.m. here in Australia. Probably going to have to stay up for Man City Liverpool. Oof, it's going to be a late night. That is going to be a late night for you, Blackjack. What part of Australia do you live in? I didn't know we had any Australian subscribers, but here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are. We're global. Interesting point. I'm bottom of my mini league, was top 2 weeks ago, and now I'm 30 points off the top. Well, hopefully my advice, if you do want to follow me or subscribe or anything like that, could help you potentially get back there. Any team news? We do have a little bit. We've been told that Darwizzy is going to play. That's about all we've got. So that's as much as it is. Let's have another scan, see if we've got any other early team news kind of kicking about at the moment. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it at the moment. Thoughts on triple Burnley? Definitely not. Definitely not. I'm in Melbourne. Nice. Well, good. That's very nice, Blackjack. I've never wanted to go to Australia. It's not a place I've got a hunger or desire to go for, but is Melbourne like the best place to go, or would you recommend Sydney? I don't know. We're having travel chat now. But yeah, personally, I've never wanted to visit Australia. But if I was to come, where would you recommend, Blackjack? I'm glad you're joking. I am glad you are joking with the triple Burnley. Oh my days. That would be absolutely mental. Absolutely mental. Hopefully we get some early City team news. That would be good. That would be good if we got some early City team news come in. Starting to shift out Villa did Diaby Eze. Should I captain Eze, Saka, Salah, Son? Fair enough. I think I'm in the same position as well. Potentially looking to bring out some Villa players in the next few weeks. And I think with captaincy, like I've genuinely said this throughout the whole stream, I cannot pick who to go for. The players that have the good fixtures this week aren't notorious like massive point scorers, but if they smash it, you could fly up the ranks. Again, if the City game goes off and Haaland and Salah slap it, could go either way. What rank am I? I am 400 and something thousand, I think. Let's take a look at that. Points. Yeah, I'm 477,000. So we've just had like a steady increase throughout the year. Like we're not doing anything mad, but we're just like steadily going up, which is the kind of main thing. Who is my captain? My captain for this week is Salah. He's my captain for this week. That's what I've gone for. Gahey or Mitchell. Again, I think either is a good option. Whoever's cheaper, I'd probably recommend. They're not going to get much upside. Diaby to Palmer. I think I'd keep Diaby this week and next week with Bournemouth. So, yeah. Is it worth taking a -4 to vacate Matoma or just play a back four of James, Gahey, Tsimikas and Colwell? I don't think it's worth taking a -4, so I'd do that. Morning, Tom. Would you start Cash or Zinchenko? I would start Zinchenko. Gonna head to the gym. Thiago Silva masterclass coming inbound. Yes, John. Hitting the gym as well. Absolutely love to see that. Go and get some mad gains. Get a good pump on. And then come back for the 3 o'clocks when Thiago Silva rockets in a bullet header. We're all there for it, John. We're all there for it, mate. And what have I just read? Aina, a good captaincy choice. Oh, no. Who is my captain? I've gone with Salah. I've gone with Salah for this game week. Let's see if we've got any early team news. We've got about 15 minutes till the deadline. Doesn't look like we've got any early team news. Blackjack has sent me their team. Thinking of rolling. They've got Areola, Adoji, Lascelles, Gabriel, Son, Bowen, Gordon, Salah, Saka, Watkins, Haaland. Yeah, I think I'd probably roll as well. Take 2 into next week. Then you can kind of decide what you want to do with Son, Adoji. I think that's a sensible decision. Cheeky Tarkowski captain. Wow, we're getting some rogue people. We're getting some rogue people in the TikTok chat. If you're on TikTok and you want to come over to the YouTube stream, that would be massively appreciated. Just a little bit better. The chat moves a little bit slower. You get to see my team on screen as well. And we are closing in on 2.5k subs. So if you want to help me out there as well, would be appreciated. Is Aina a good differential? I don't know whether or not he's going to continue to keep his place with Serge Aurier back fit. But the Forest fixtures are definitely there. What is my total points? Good question. My total points are 740. I am still doing team reviews. If you want to send me those, at FPLTom_ on Twitter, leave it there. Cash or Pinnock? I really like Ethan Pinnock longer term. And, you know, I could see Brentford scoring a set piece today. So I think I'd go Pinnock. FPL draft, would you play the Newcastle or Chelsea keeper? I think I'd back the home team and play the Newcastle keeper. I hope you're putting come on you Stags, not come on you Spurs, because they can do one. I've got Paqueta captain, risky, but hey, go for it. Go for it, my friend. Absolutely go for it. JA's put high. Alvarez or Ferguson, I'd be leaning more towards Ferguson. Thoughts on Gross as a differential? Yeah, not a fan. Up the Stags, get in there. Big win away at Swindon today is going to happen. Continuing that unbeaten run as well, hopefully so. I'm thinking of captaining Son as well. I think that's a great shout. No qualms with that one. No qualms with that one. Do keep your questions flowing in, guys. Do keep your questions coming in to the stream. It's been a good one. It has been a good one. Obviously, a lot of kind of up in the air stuff this week. I think it's going to be a little bit of a stinky game week, to be honest. With a lot of the top teams having difficult fixtures. But it is what it is. Everyone else is in the same position, so yeah. Thoughts on Tarkowski? Yeah. Everton fixtures just aren't really there for me, so yeah. FPL Pat, Son captain Flames. Thoughts on Villa assets being on fraud watch? Potentially. I think Matty Cash is definitely on fraud watch. Diaby and Watkins, they've been pretty consistent. I think Watkins might be slowly coming out of my team. Maybe Diaby as well. I currently have triple Villa. I've got to find a way to kind of untriple myself out of that one. So yeah. But we're in a good place. Obviously, the transfers that I've made this week, if you are just joining the stream, we've done Palmer from Matoma, and then we've done Dawson to Thiago Silva as well. Gone for the double Chelsea with their good long-term fixtures coming up. Hopefully, those two can bang today as well. That would be great. Captain Son or Eze, pick one of them for me. I think I'd probably go Son out of the two of them, if I had to pick one. Thoughts on Juan Hee-chan? Good fixture coming up for them. yeah, he's a key talisman as well for Wolves so far this season. So not a bad shout, to be honest. Does rotate quite nicely. Some good fixtures coming up, and then also some bad ones as well. So you got to make sure you do have good rotating options if you went for him. Ferguson or Jackson? I think I'd fancy Nicholas Jackson, you know. I think I'd prefer Nicholas Jackson. And lives in South Africa. Very nice. We're getting a little bit of an international stream going here. We've had Australia. Now we've got South Africa as well. What part of South Africa do you live in? And is it nice? Is it worth going to? That's the big question. Again, a place I've never ever thought about going, but, you know. Pringles sent me their team. Let's take a look at that for you, Pringle. I'm guessing your name's Dave Johnson. And if it isn't, then yeah. Cash has definitely been poor. Yeah, I think it's like 11 points over the past 5 game weeks he's picked up. So not justifying that price point at all. Yeah, Dave. Okay, you've got Areola, Lascelles, Gabriel Cash, Walker, Salah, Bowen, Saka, Watkins, Haaland, Julian Alvarez, Matoma. Oh my days, that bench is grim. Matoma, Kabore, and Anderson all flagged. Jesus, have you got any free transfers left? Let me know, Dave. Let me know, mate. Let me know if you've got any free transfers left. None. Oh, God. Oh, it might be worth a minus. Is it worth -4? I mean, hopefully all 11 playing, you don't have to rely on the bench. That's all I'm going to say. But Jesus, that bench is stinky. I think you're fine. I wouldn't take a minus. Anderson playing. Which Anderson? Joachim Anderson? Then yeah, he'll play. Joachim Anderson will play. Jota or Doku? I'd probably go Doku. Yeah, the Palace one's going to play. The Palace one's definitely going to play. Would you think about a -8 bringing Jesus? No, I would not. That TPS player. Watkins, Son to Haaland and Palmer for a -4 hit? Probably not. I don't think that's worth it. Keep Martinelli this week and go for Mbeumo next week, or just make the move this week. I think I'd stick. I'd give Martinelli one last kind of run. If Jesus is back as well, they do have quite a good partnership. So I think I'd give it one last run. If that answers your question for the Keenan. Him or Ruben Diaz? I'd probably say Anderson, but if I was to bring in the Palace defender, I probably would just have like Gahey or Mitchell. They're pretty much doing the same thing for the same price. Let's have a look if we've got any other early team news. Doesn't look that way. So the only early team news we've got is it looks like Darwin Núñez is going to start. That is the only team news we've got at the moment, unfortunately. I thought we'd have some City team news, but we don't, which is annoying. Do keep your questions coming in, guys. We've got about 10 minutes till the deadline, so make sure you're getting your teams locked in. Is Nkunku worth a punt in the coming weeks? Not yet. Obviously, he's not acclimatised to the Premier League, not even played any games, as he picked up a long-term injury as well. We have to see how he integrates into that Chelsea side as well. So I think if he plays games, then yes, but probably not. How do I send my team? If you want to send me on Twitter at FPLTom_, leave it under my pinned tweet and come over to the YouTube stream and you will see it live reviewed on there. Luis Diaz or James Ward-Prowse? Probably Luis Diaz, to be honest, with the form that he showed over the international break as well. I don't know why I want to captain Ward. Ward? Who's Ward? Oh, Ward-Prowse? If you mean Ward-Prowse, I don't think it's the smartest move. But each their own. If you've got a gut feeling, go for it. Shaw or Digne? I'd probably go Shaw. I would probably go Shaw for that one. 8 minutes till the deadline as well. Make sure you are getting your teams locked in and loaded. 888A1 has sent me their team on Twitter. Areola, Cash, Gahey, Tim Ream. There's a blast from the past. Adingra, Salah, Saka, Martinelli, Watkins, Jesus, Haaland, Pedporo, and Konza on the bench. I think that team looks pretty fine. Tim Ream, very interesting shout for this week. Hopefully it works out for you as well, JA. But yeah, man, go for it. Go for it. I rate the team. I rate Tim Ream as a pick as well. Absolutely love that. I think I've still got his card on So Rare somewhere. I haven't played that in a few weeks. Probably should have played this week, considering I have quite a lot of Palace players and they've got Luton. But it is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is. Keep your questions coming in, guys. We've got about 7 minutes till the deadline. I'm not going to stick around for too long after, mainly because I need the toilet. Mainly because I need a bit of a shit. I'm not going to lie to you. How do I send my team, Tom? If you want to send me a team, send it me on Twitter at FPLTom under my pinned tweet. Leave it there. Or you can go through the bio in my TikTok. Go to the YouTube bit. It'll bring you to this stream. And yeah. I don't know why I put Ream. Nah, back Tim Ream, man. Back Tim Ream. I hope he goes for it. Who is the best captain for this week? Honestly, like, it's so hard to call. If you're going off the predicted points model, Haaland. If you're going off, you know, previous performances against City, you're probably looking at Salah. Triple captain Chris Wood is something I can definitely get behind. All the way for that. All the way for that. Early team news. We don't have any early team news, I'm afraid. The only early team news I've seen is, unless anyone else has got any, but yeah. Not seeing any early team news. Jackson went up in price last night. That's grim. And Reece James. What's that about? Well, I'm glad we bought into Thiago Silva anyway. Yeah, Nunes starts as the only early team news we've got. Will Palmer start? Yeah, I think he will. Edouard or Mbeumo? I would lean more towards Edouard this week. Longer term, Mbeumo. Also, Leno or Areola? I think I'd go Leno. Back the home team there. Every time I don't captain Haaland, the alternative blanks and Haaland scores. Whoops. We Tony said, brought in Palmer and Castagna for free. Is Bowen to Saka at -4 worth it? Got Archer on the first bench if he doesn't play. Yeah, I don't think it's worth the -4 there, to be honest. Haaland starts is obvious. Yeah, I think Haaland will start. I think Pep was just playing a little bit of mind games, wasn't he? 5 minutes till the deadline, guys. Make sure you are getting your teams locked and loaded. Make sure you're getting them in ahead of Gameweek 13 deadline. Onana or Vicario? I probably would go Onana there. But yeah, make sure you go getting your teams locked in, guys. If you've enjoyed the stream, be sure to follow, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, as it is appreciated by me as well. But yeah, make sure you're getting your team locked and loaded. Let's have a look if there's been any other early team news. We have had someone sent me their team. Oh, great. Again, apologies if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. But they've got Areola, Cash, Gabriel, Gehi, Son, Saka, Dingra, and Mbeumo, Salah, Watkins, Haaland. Pinnock on the bench, I rate for the future game weeks coming up. And Mbeumo in there as well for future game weeks. You're probably wanting to look to take a Dingra out for maybe Palmer next week. So yeah, I think that's the way that I'd do it as well. Let's have a quick check if there's any early team news. What was your Twitter handle, JA? Because someone just sent me their team. All great, unless that was you. But if not, then I haven't seen it, unfortunately. It hasn't appeared. JA. Let's have a look if you're in my headings. It hasn't come through, unfortunately, mate. Sometimes it does that. Sometimes Twitter's a little bit of a bitch, but it doesn't. FPL Tony, who has 8,000 followers, so again could be a very reliable source, has said Haaland with a tick. So it does look like we're getting early confirmation that Erling Haaland is potentially going to be playing. So that's always good. Josh has gone with Salah captain. He's put team locked in. Nicely done. Yeah, unfortunately, I could not see it like anywhere. Unfortunately, mate, I do apologise. But yeah, it is looking like Haaland is going to start this game, which is interesting. Interesting. Apparently Zach sent me his team, but again, I can't see it. It isn't here. It isn't appearing. Twitter's having a little bit of a meltdown. FPL Heisenberg's tweeted as well. Haaland sorts FPL Tony. So, yeah. It looks like Haaland is going to be starting this week, guys. Very nice. And Nunes is apparently starting as well. We've got about 2 minutes till the deadline, so I'm not going to review any more teams just because we are super close to that deadline as well. So I'm going to answer any last-minute questions you potentially might have. So do get those in. Yeah, and we will go for it. Thoughts on Swindon Stags? Yeah, Mansfield are battering Swindon, aren't we? Absolutely battering Swindon. The unbeaten run is going to continue. Cannon Fodders asked start Lascelles or Cash. I think I'd go Lascelles, to be honest. I think I would go... yeah. Haaland is playing, come on. Martinelli or Saliba? I would go for Saliba out of the two. Let's check if we've got any other early team news. Flying in last minute. We do have about a minute till the deadline, guys. So do make sure your team is getting in. As always, a very reliable source here. Where have they gone? FPL newsletter has said Haaland and Doku start. Alvarez not in the 11. Oof. So if you've got Alvarez, get him out now because he's not in the starting 11. According to FPL newsletter, Lazy FPL, a very reliable source indeed. Has been right quite a few weeks, especially with City team news as well. They're usually quite good. So Haaland and Doku start. Alvarez not in the 11. You've got about a minute, so go and change your bench, get him out of the team, whatever you need to do. You've got a minute, fly through it. That's the big one for today. We're going to retweet that as well. So yeah, make sure that you take Alvarez potentially out of your team or potentially bench him as well. So late last minute team news there coming in for you guys. Haaland and Doku start. Alvarez not in the 11. We've also heard that Darwin Núñez is going to start this game week as well. So yeah, some big team news. Big team news there. Absolutely massive. Matthew sent me his team, but I'm not going to review any more teams this late on, especially with about a minute to go. Unfortunately, yeah, it's just not going to be beneficial, is it? Because by the time I've said what to do, deadline's gone. It has just hit 11 as well. So make sure if you did have Alvarez, you've got him out and potentially benched him, as the deadline has officially passed as well. So that's it. The deadline is closed, guys. Game week 13 is now officially underway. According to that FPL newsletter, Haaland and Doku are starting, but, ladies and gentlemen, the breaking news, Julian Alvarez is not in the starting 11. So if you did have him, yeah, little bit of a stinger, isn't it, to be honest? But yeah, we'll stay live for a few minutes, answer any of your guys' questions for future game weeks, any general football questions as well. But obviously the big early team news, that is coming out. Doku and Haaland and Núñez are starting, but Julian Alvarez is not in the starting 11. So yeah, big things. How does someone get two free transfers? You just don't make a transfer for 1 week, and then you get 2. But the max you can have is 2, so you can't go 3, 4, anything like that. Good luck this game week from Josh. Good luck to you too, mate. Hopefully the Salah captain works out for us both. Hopefully so. No worries, DB. If you have any other questions about FPL, get them in as well. But yeah, thank you for everyone who's been watching today's stream. It's been absolutely immense as always. Do keep your questions flowing in as we will stay live for a few minutes. Obviously as well, we're closing in on 2.5k subs on the YouTube channel as well. And yeah, if you want to help me out and hit that goal, do come over to the YouTube channel and subscribe as we are live on there as well. Kind of regretting the Bowen captaincy. Oof. You really want to hope he's playing. Where does it say Alvarez isn't starting? It is on Twitter at, I think it's FPL, Lazy FPL has tweeted that. A very reliable source, to be honest. So yeah. Lazy FPL has tweeted that. Haaland and Doku start. Alvarez not in the 11. That is the tweet. So yeah, if you do have Alvarez, Unfortunate for you, I guess. Unfortunate for you. FPL Raptor went Son, captain, Salah, Vice. Oof. Risky from Ross. Risky from Ross. FPL Focal Raid? Is that happening again? Nah, I reckon you're teasing me. I reckon you're teasing me this time, aren't you? You're just going to be teasing me. It's not happening. Oh my days. It has happened again. Thank you very much, FPL Focal. Oh my days. Here we go again. Thank you guys for this. If you are on TikTok and you want to come over to the YouTube stream, we've just been raided by FPL Focal. And yeah, the stream's going a little bit mad, as always. Wow. Thank you very much again, FPL Focal. Honestly, I can't thank you enough. It is happening again, and we're absolutely in dreamland, ladies and gentlemen. We are closing on 2.5k subs as well, so if you want to help me hit that goal, that would be massively appreciated. If you enjoy the lights as well that you see in the back, it's just great stuff. It's great stuff. We've been raided again, and honestly, FPL Focal, he's got a special place in my heart. Oh, mate, I had a great stream. I hope you did as well. But yeah, I saw that you rolled the transfer this week and broke the Nunez news. Ooh. I accidentally captained Archer. Ooh, that's a stinger. That is a stinger. Do keep your questions coming in, guys, because we're going to stay live for a little bit. If we're getting raided, we have to stay live for a little bit. Come on, we have to stay live. Pringles in the TikTok chat has asked, any advice on becoming an FPL content creator? I would just say enjoy it. If it's like something you're passionate about, then go for it. That's the way that I got into it. I used to watch a lot of FPL content, you know, FPL Focal, Raptor, FPL Mate was the first one that I first watched. Andy as well, Let's Talk FPL. I watched all these guys. My ex-girlfriend at the time was like, why don't you just do it? You're always talking about fantasy. So we did it. Yeah, I think just as long as you enjoy it, kind of don't get caught up in the numbers, because some weeks it's amazing, some weeks it's terrible. If you enjoy and feel confident about streaming, go for it. And yeah, just like put yourself out there. Like, it's gonna feel like the first few videos, if you watch any of my first 100 videos, they are crap. They are genuinely terrible. All right, but now we've hit this phase where we're just putting like quality content out every single week. You know, we're doing these streams. I'm gaining confidence, and I absolutely love it. Giving you guys advice as well. And now we're getting raided by like top FPL content creators like FPL Focal, which honestly, it's just amazing. It's just amazing. And yeah, like I said, we are trying to hit 2.5k subs, guys. So if you have just come from the FPL Focal raid and you want to help me hit that goal, please do it. Please do it. FPL Focal said my early videos are horrendous as well. Yeah, I think that's just the way it is. If you are like thinking about getting into FPL content creation or any kind of content creation in general, the first few streams or like the first few videos that you do, you're gonna be rubbish. Like, genuinely, everything you do, if you think about like riding a bike, the first time you ride a bike, you are gonna be terrible. You are gonna be terrible. But yeah, it is what it is. Go video by video, gain your confidence, and yeah, great stuff happens. What's the Nunez news? He is starting. Obviously, the other news that broke was that Doku and Haaland are starting, and Julian Alvarez is not in the starting 11. That is according to Lazy FPL. Thank you again, everyone who's coming over from the FPL Focal raid. Massively appreciate everything that happens because of this. Like, honestly, big beaming smile. Big beaming smile. So yeah. My heart goes out to FPL Focal. Can you show us your team, Tom? I can. Give me a second. My code is that. Give me a second. I'll show you what my team looks like for this week, so you guys can see what I actually did. What is the 3-1? There we go. Oh, it's updating. Damn it. Yeah, I can't show you my team, unfortunately. And I haven't tweeted it or taken a screenshot anywhere. Hang on. Bear with me. I'm going to get a screenshot from my laptop. Please work. Come on. Damn it. Basically, my team, if I remember it off the top of my head correctly, this is going to test my memory. We've got Areola, we've got Thiago Silva, who we bought in for Craig Dawson this week. We have Gabriel, we have Mark Gahey in midfield. We've got Palmer, who I bought in for Matoma this week. We've got Bowen, we've got Salah, we've got Son, we've got Diaby, and then I've got Haaland and Watkins up top. And then what else? That's it. And then Cameron Archer's first sub on the bench in case Thingy doesn't play. We've had a super chat as well. Oscar sends his greetings to you. FPL Focal Raid. Thank you very much for that. Not only do we get a raid, we get another super chat. You guys are honestly absolutely amazing. Yeah, like I said, look at the big beam, the big smile. Absolutely love it from all you guys. Yeah, I know. The FPL site, like, it's honestly like ludicrous that you can't see your team. Let me have a look if I can load up live FPL. That might be a way I can show you. Live FPL. No, that's updating as well. Damn it. Everything's updating. Everything is updating. Oh, that TPS player. Thank you, mate. If it was your idea, I'm going to go back and watch FPL Focal stream. See the moment we get raided. Someone just said congrats on 2.5k subs. If we've just hit that, guys, thank you so much. Like, genuinely, if we've just hit that, thank you so much. I'm going to actually just check that we have. Because if we have, amazing stuff. And, like, yeah. It says we have. It says we have on my YouTube channel. So you know what? I think we've hit it. I genuinely think we've hit it. And honestly, from the bottom of my heart, guys, I cannot thank you enough for that. It was my aim and my ambition this year was to hit 2.5k subs. Like, yeah, it was honestly like that was my aim for this year. We were on like 760 at the start of the year, and like, yeah, I'd taken a little bit of time off pre-Christmas last year. And like we came back and I was like, right, I'm going to make one video a week. We're going to build up a solid kind of plan and everything like that. But yeah, we've done it. We've hit 2.5k. Like, honestly, guys, thank you so much. Thank you, FPL Focal, for making this possible. The 2 raids that you have given me as well have massively helped me hit this goal. Like, honestly, mate, like, yeah, I'm really grateful, to be honest. Next year, we're going to go for 5. Let's go for 5k. Why not? Let's go for 5k. If you're on TikTok as well and want to come over to the YouTube stream, it's all kicking off here. We've been raided by one of the best FPL content creators out there, FPL Focal. And yeah, the chat's nice and just flowing now, isn't it? Can we get Tom to 3k subs by Christmas? Nah, I don't think that'll happen. We're doing a lot of streams though. Like, I've booked time off work. We're going to try and cover every single stream bar the Boxing Day one, just because I'm away with my family. But every other stream we will be doing. There'll be content as well out on the channel. As well, if you like kind of the shorter form football content, go over to my TikTok as well. There's stuff on there. Follow me on Twitter. All that good stuff, guys. All that good stuff. Yeah, I'm saying it's the Christmas lights. The Christmas lights have got us there. Congratulations, man. I feel this. I feel I subscribed the last time there was a Focal raid. Love it. What are your thoughts on a punt on Bruno Fernandes? I mean, the deadline's just passed, but I mean, for this week, if I had him, I'd probably hold him. But longer term, him and United, nah, I'm not feeling it. Someone's asked, am I a Mansfield Town season ticket holder? I am not, unfortunately. If you just joined from the FPL Focal raid, I am a Mansfield Town fan, which is, how do I work this out? Where's my finger? That kit, not the Dortmund kit, the kit next to it, is a Mansfield Town shirt. That is the team that I support in League 2. We're unbeaten. One of the only unbeaten sides in the league so far this season. Unfortunately, I'm not a season ticket holder. I don't live in Mansfield anymore, so it's a little bit difficult to kind of get to games, but it is what it is. So, yeah, you know, don't support any Premier League teams, but,
You know, if you like the streams, subscribe, all that good stuff. Comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. You get to see me do these streams with cool football shirts in the back, lights, you know, football jackets as well. We've got a Venezia one on today. We've got some absolute style classics coming as well. I ordered a Monaco, and I think I got a Villa training top. I can't remember what I bought yesterday for Black Friday. But yeah, thank you, like I said again, for the FPL Focal Raid. If you've got any questions about football, anything like that, future FPL plans as well, let me know. Is there any Premier League teams that are close to your heart? I really like the way Brighton and Brentford are ran. Like, they are like super smart in the recruitment and their kind of whole club philosophy. So probably them. Other than that, I don't really have any kind of strong affiliations to any other clubs, to be honest. Someone sent me some roses as well. The day just keeps on getting better. The day just keeps on getting better. Like, honestly, Focal Raid, Super Chat, 2.5k subs, and some roses. Absolutely mental. Absolutely mental. Captain Bowen, even with the flag for an ambitious punt, what do you think? I think if it works out, like, Bowen was the player that I was looking at prior to this news coming out like a few weeks ago. We're getting some more gifts as well. Fire hearts in the TikTok chat. Thank you very much as well for them. Flame hearts. Love it. But yeah, Bowen, I think if he plays and it works out for you, massive congratulations and massive balls as well. Absolutely love that from you. Skiddy Panty said, congratulations on 2.5k subs. Spicy meatballs. Thank you, Skiddy Panty. One of the kind of originals from some of the early streams as well. So thank you for that, mate. Appreciated. Vince has asked, any leaks after the deadline? Good question. Let's take a look. Let's take a look if there's been any other early leaks. John Stone's back in the Manchester City squad. No signs of Jack Grealish, though. Full list of players spotted. Akanji starts as well, apparently. So, yeah. There we go. Obviously, we had the one earlier as well. The Julian Alvarez one. What a stream, honestly, Josh. What a mental stream, mate. What a mental stream. Does Diaz start? I don't 100% know, to be honest. Imagine if Archer works out. Yeah, I know, innit? So Wrexham is after you. Mansfield Town, dude, same league. Any thoughts on Wrexham? Yeah, Mansfield and Wrexham are in the same league. And my thoughts on Wrexham are, I don't really like them. They've got obviously a few ex-Mansfield players. Ollie Palmer is the biggest knobhead ever. I know, like, he was made out to kind of look on the documentary like he's like some super god, but he's a bit of a knob. Let's just put it that way. I stayed patient with Bowen as well. Nice. Did you end up captaining Salah? Yes, I did, Katie. Yes, I did on the TikTok chat. I did end up captaining Salah as well. Just subscribe. Congrats on the 250k would be great. Would be great. But no, we're on 2.5k. Viewing from Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you very much, Robert. I appreciate that, man. I do appreciate that. But yeah. I really do appreciate that, Robert. Like, yeah, Trinidad and Tobago. Again, we're getting some rogue places in today's stream. We've had Australia. We've had South Africa as well. And now we've had Trinidad and Tobago. We're getting everywhere. You know, I never thought we'd have so many. Like, it's so weird, isn't it? You know, I'm just sat in my bedroom and you're just like, yeah, it is what it is. I don't have a league, unfortunately. When I started the season, I just didn't feel like people would want to join one. But like, I'm definitely going to make one next year for next season, just because I've had so many requests. But I didn't think people would want to join the league with me in, but apparently they do. So yeah. We'll do something. We'll do like a prize or something. Andre is also here from Trinidad. Oh my days, 2 people from Trinidad. Is it a nice place? Another place I've never thought about going or, but yeah. Mikey and Wales, all the exotic places. What part of Wales are you from, Mikey? Vince said, remember game week 1 when we got the Gabriel news just seconds before the deadline? Everyone thought it was a troll. By the way, I'm watching from Norway. Norway were getting shouts. Kenya as well from Jerry. Oh my days. This has become a global stream. This has actually become a global stream. Vincent said, definitely make a league. Yeah, we will be doing that. We will be doing that. We will be doing that indeed. But yeah, thank you guys for helping me hit 2.5k. Absolutely immense. I absolutely love that from you guys. Thank you so much for that, like I said. But yeah, massively appreciate to FPL Focal as well. Pontypool. Nice. Nice. The 250k is coming. Keep the videos up and streams coming, bro. Cheers, mate. I do appreciate that. I come from near London. Nice. Nice. Everyone's telling me where they're from today. I'm loving it. I'm loving the stream, guys. I'm loving it. I'm just jovial that we hit 2.5k. Absolutely mental. Name 3 to 5 countries you've never expected viewers from, and let's see how many people are from those countries. Well, I know we've had like people from India before in here. Obviously now Trinidad, South Africa, Australia. I think places like France, like why would they be watching like some guy speaking in English? Like, you know what I mean? So like France would probably be one. Then you'd probably say like just like weird places like in the Middle East or somewhere like Uzbekistan or someone like, or like Kazakhstan or somewhere like that. And then I don't know, maybe like some like small islands like the Fiji Islands or something like that. I live in one of the hottest areas of the UK, so very exotic. Alfie said, you're going to lose to Swindon. Nah, mate. Today's the day. Today is the day, pal. We ain't not losing to Swindon. We hit 2.5k. We've had a raid. We ain't losing to Swindon. We ain't losing to Swindon. I'm going to wrap up in like 5 minutes, guys, as I do need to hit the gym today. I do need to hit the gym and then off to Liverpool later tonight. So if you're out in Liverpool and you see me and want to congratulate me on 2.5k subs, just come say hello. Or if you want to ask me any FPL advice as well, I will be out and about if you want to ask me any questions. But yeah, my throat is starting to die a little bit after this stream. I'm not going to lie. Massively appreciate the raid and everyone that's come with it and all the new subscribers as well. Like I said, hitting 2.5k is immense. It's absolutely immense. I can't appreciate I can appreciate it, but like I can't fathom into words how much that means to me. Like if you saw where we were at the start of the year to where we are now, it's incredible. So only way is up. Hopefully 5k next year as well. That's the big goal we're going to put out. And yeah, we're going to go for it. But yeah, is Diaz playing? Let's take a look. Let's take a look if we've got any early team news. Any other early team news kicking about? Let's have a look. Man City, more team news for them. Haaland, Doku, Alvarez, Foden and Bernardo. And then we've had contradicting information. So Let's Talk FPL has said Alvarez starts, at least according to where I usually get my info from. Interesting. We've had the Liverpool team news. It's Alisson, Trent, Matip, Virgil, Tsimikas, Sabitslai, McAllister, Jones, Salah, Nunez and Jota. Some people were potentially doubting Jota, but it looks like he is potentially going to be playing this week. Let me share my screen with you guys so you can all see this as well. But yeah. Interesting stuff, especially this Alvarez one if he is starting, because we did have news from Lazy FPL, which is down here, that said Haaland and Doku start, Alvarez not in the 11. Now we're getting contradicting information. Luis Diaz isn't playing, by the way, to answer that question. But then someone else has said Haaland, Doku, Alvarez, Foden, Bernardo all start. From, again, a very reliable source. FPL Focal tweeting that as well. But yeah, interesting stuff, guys. Interesting stuff. You know, someone's had us on here. Someone has had us on. What's your opinion on the new UCL format? I don't like it. I think there's nothing wrong with the old one. So why change it? to be honest. We might as well wait until the teams are announced at past, and then we will call it a day on the stream. Sorry if you can hear some noise. There are, well, where I live is like there's a shop behind it. And then, yeah. This is the thing, that TPS player. We've got contradicting information about Alvarez. It's very, very intriguing indeed. We're going to wait and see what happens with that one. I think quite a few people need Alvarez to start. What is my highest rank? I finished 60k last year. That is the highest rank I've ever got. Thanks for that question, Keith. But yeah, that's the highest rank I've ever got on this game. Was around 60k, which was mental. Which was pretty mental. But yeah, we're going to stay live till past. And yeah, cool stuff is happening. Cool stuff is happening, ladies and gentlemen, isn't it? Oh, I was saying earlier before, like, I was like, oh yeah, we'll end the stream because I need the bathroom. But the bathroom time has gone away due to the excitement. What about you, Keith? What's your highest rank ever been? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments. If my Boeing captaincy punt pays off and he hauls, you'll see me in the comments soon bringing it up. Mate, go for it. It wouldn't be the first time. Like, you always get people. Some guy earlier in the year when City played Sheffield United, triple captained Rodri, and he was like, oh yeah, like, I was like, don't do it, man, there's going to be better game weeks. And he did it, and then Rodri scored, and he was straight back in here the next week as well. Wow, Keith, that is incredible. 434. That is incredible. That's really good, man. That is really good. What season was that? Let me know. Let me know what season that was. Right, let's see if we've got any other ones. Jack Grealish, not in the Manchester City squad. FPL Rockstar has said Alvarez starts, no Grealish in the squad. Again, another very reliable source. So Lazy FPL, who usually is correct on a lot of these things, has been misled. Has been misled, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely scandalous. Scandalous stuff. Four years ago. Well, hopefully, Keith, we can get you back to that mark. You know, you're a subscriber now. You're part of the cool kids club. You know, you can ask my advice. I mean, I went Craig Dawson like 3 weeks ago as a transfer, but yeah. If Archer hauls, I'm gonna be in the comments spamming about it. Go for it, man. Golden Goal, hi mate. Yeah, we did hit 2.5k subs. It was absolutely immense. We got a FPL Focal Raid, which was like, you know, pretty insane. So yeah, we've crossed the line. We've joined you in the 2.5k club. Again, another quality content creator out there making his way up the ranks in terms of subscribers and the FPL ranks as well is Golden Goal Fantasy Football. Go and check out his content as well. Does streams as well on deadline days as well, like me. So yeah, another top quality content creator out there. Yeah, it was a big raid, man. But yeah, like I said, another one hitting 2.5k. Smashing it as well in the YouTube scene. Golden Goal Fantasy Football. Go and check him out as well, guys. Go and check him out as well. Right, we've got 4 minutes till the team news is leaked. Well, not leaked, revealed, should I say. And then, yeah, hopefully, like, you know, what's going to happen with the Alvarez thing. Eesh. Apparently the Alvarez news was wrong that he apparently doesn't start. Yeah, I've seen that now. It's a bit mad, isn't it? Like, Lazy FPL have been quite reliable, to be honest, but stinker from them. Definite stinker from them. That's an interesting one, to be honest. I've got about 4 minutes, guys. Do keep the questions coming in, flowing. Like I said, it's been an incredible stream from you guys. I'm trying to make some risky moves recently. I dropped from around 1 million to 3 million in the rank over the past 3-4 weeks. So chance to climb back up. Well, I hope it works out for you, mate. And I hope Bowen absolutely smashes it. You know, hopefully we can get you back up the ranks as well. If you've got any questions or need any help, I'm on hand. I'm on hand. And we'll try and help you out. But it is what it is. Right, we've got 3 minutes till this team news is out. Let's have a look if any other kind of early team leaks are flying in. Where are you guys watching the game? Where are you guys thinking about potentially watching the Liverpool game? Let me know. Is anyone going to the game? That would be interesting to know. If anyone's actually heading to the game prior to watching this stream, let me know in the comments. Right, we've got about 3 minutes still. Yeah, 3 minutes of absolutely nothingness. Like I said though, guys, thank you for helping me hit 2.5k. Like that is the cool thing that we've done today. I am on Salah, mate. I am on Salah. I'm still on Salah. I know he's starting, or I hope he's starting, or I hope we've got some other early team news. But yeah, I hope it pays off. I hope the Salah move pays off. Yeah. Thank you to everyone who's come from the FPL Focal Raid and subscribed to the channel. Massively appreciated by you guys. In Salah Captain we trust, from someone in the TikTok chat as well. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. 2 minutes till the deadline, guys. No, it's not till the deadline. It's 2 minutes till the stream ends. How long have I been playing FPL? 5 years? 5 years. I think the past 3 seasons though is where I've probably come into like actually being good at it. The first 2 years I was kind of just piddling about, to be honest. Went to Twitter and everyone been captaining Haaland. Yeah, we're against Haaland this week. Yeah, a little bit scary, but in Salah we trust. In Salah we trust. Not blanked in his past 6 appearances against City, but yeah, in Salah we trust. Let's hope this Salah captain won't be like Lord Dawson. Oh mate, Craig Dawson's season was one of the worst things that ever happened. Probably up there with like the worst transfer I've ever made in my entirety of playing FPL, that to be honest. Right, hopefully this team news is out in a minute because I do need the bathroom. And then we will end the stream. But like I said, guys, thank you for everything today, man. It's been incredible. It's been incredible today. Absolutely incredible. Come on, team news. Whew. Oh, jeez. Whew. Streaming for like 2.5 hours. Your throat hurts. Your back hurts. And your arse is a bit twitchy as well at times. I switched from Son to Haaland. That's from Robert. I hope it pays off here, man. I hope it pays off. I always hate switching my captain so late on. It always never seems to work out. Never seems to work out. But yeah, man. Hope it doesn't come back to bite me. Like you already predicted it. Right, it's just gone past. Let's go and have a look if the team news are out. Oh, yes, they are. Here we go. Right, I'm going to share my screen with you guys so you can see this. This is the City team news. We've got Edison, Walker, Akanji, Diaz, Ake, Rodri, Bernardo, Foden, Doku, Alvarez, Haaland. On the bench, Ortega, Moreno, Carson, Phillips, Stones, Gomez, Gvardiol, Bob, and Lewis. Very nice. Very nice. Alvarez did make it in, so lazy FPL with incorrect team news. Then this is the Liverpool team. Alisson, Trent, Matip, Van Dijk, Tsimikas, McAllister, Sabitzer, Jones, Jota, Salah, and Nunes. So the leaks there were all correct as well. But yeah, I think we're going to leave it there, guys. Yeah, we're going to leave it there. Thank you to everyone who's come from the FPL Focal Raid. Thank you to all kind of the OGs as well who've been in the comments. Josh as well, still here. FPL MFZ. You know, top quality guys. So hopefully appreciate more of you. You know, you're going to start to see more of me and you in these streams as well. We will be doing a stream next week and plenty over the December Christmas period. So if you do enjoy the content, make sure to subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. But yeah, thank you very much for watching today, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you very, very much for helping me hit 2.5k. Massively appreciated by me. And hopefully you have a good, kind of good game week this week. I'm hoping so. Right, see you next week, guys. Bye-bye.